What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 50/50 podcast. This is your boy Illis Demeanor, and I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, y'all? This your boy Wes. We're coming back today. It's gonna be episode 14. Man, I can't believe this shit. Numbers getting high as fuck already.
We're getting up there.
Getting up there. We gotta do something big for the 20th episode. We may do another like cash giveaway or something. Do something for the listeners out there, just to show appreciation.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, something big. Man, let's go ahead and jump into the obvious. UFC 292. What a fucking show.
What a show.
God damn, man.
We had...
Starting out the card.
Yeah.
We'll start from... We'll just go for the main card. I mean, we did have Chris Weidman on the late prelims.
Yeah.
Man, Dana White said it, and I believe so, too. I think Chris needs to go ahead and retire. They did say they think the doctor said he thinks he blew out either his MCL or ACL, one of the CLs, after coming back from that fucking real bad leg break. Like, man, come on, man.
Man, that leg break was crazy. From what you showed me, the way his leg cracked.
It looked like bending at your elbow. But with your leg the opposite way, yeah. So, Chris Weidman, of course, lost. Starting out on the main card, we had Marlon Chito Vera versus Pedro Munoz. Chito looked good the whole fight. I seen people complaining, saying it was a boring fight. I didn't think so.
No, I think it was.
It didn't have like the big knockdowns.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was boring at all.
I think it was a good fight.
Very technical. Very technical.
Chito got the win.
Batista versus Blackshear. Blackshear just coming off a fight last week.
Yeah, you said 7 days prior.
7 days. Third twister in UFC history. He unfortunately didn't win.
Not a lot of people can do that.
No. I think, I'm trying to think who else had quick turnarounds like that. I know Bobby Green did. I think Kevin Holland even did one time.
Really?
It may not have been a week, but it was like something crazy. Yeah. Maybe like
less
2
than
weeks.
A month.
Yeah, it's definitely less than a month.
That's crazy.
Which is, that's insane for a combat sport to turn around that quick. Neil Magny versus Ian Gary. Bro, and we just talking about the UFC payouts. Like, we'll run down with the payouts. But Neil Magny got paid $210K to show up. And Ian got paid $60K to show up. I'm wondering if that's just because Ian hasn't, like... I can't even say that. I feel like he has established himself as, like, a superstar. And has, like, shown his skill set. I feel like he's worth way more than $60K. And to come out and dominate the person that you paid $210K to.
Yeah.
And make him look like a bum.
Yeah.
Bro, like, he trashed that leg. I'm surprised the ref didn't stop it.
He should have.
Yeah. The reactions, like, Neil was showing when he was getting kicked. Because it wasn't, you know how fighters do. Like, they'll get hit and they'll just, like, try to play it off. And then after the fight, that's when they show it. Nah, he wasn't doing that.
He was straight tripping him. Like, every leg kick.
Spinning him around.
He was falling straight to the ground. He was playing with him.
He was. And I do believe that.
He was playing.
I believe that he could have got him out there at any point in time. Like, I mean, come on, man. You tore up that leg. You know he can't really throw a punch because he can't put his weight on his leg. Like, if you're not playing with him, what are you doing? I think he was just trying to prove a point.
Yeah, he was. And then when they announced him as a winner, he threw like the middle finger. It was like,
I don't know what was said, man. Neil Magny said something about fuck, I should have looked it up, but something about like I'm a dad, so I'm used to whooping like somebody's ass like this, or somebody hitting a kid. And like Ian like took that shit personal. Like in the pre-fight press conference. Like, when they went to ask Neil, Ian was like, no, shut the fuck up. Like, y'all ain't asking him shit. And, like, the reporters were like, okay, I guess we ain't asking him shit. Like, they really shut the fuck up, too.
Yeah.
It's wild, man. I think Ian's going to be big.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He looks so big for 170. I really thought he was in Izzy's class.
Yeah.
This whole time. I thought, like, him and Izzy would be fighting one day.
Like 180, 185?
Yeah, 185. That's what I thought he was fighting at.
Yeah.
You know, he's fighting with, like, Leon. Bro, you put him in there with Leon, I think he eats Leon the fuck up.
I didn't think he was that good. That was my first time actually, like, watching him fight without, like, watching highlights.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's fucking vicious.
Yeah, bro.
And like, to see this side of him to where, like, he don't have, like, I guess it's just the comments about the kid because in his last fight he called out Neil Magny.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I want to call out the gatekeeper of this division. He's been the guy to like keep people out of the top 10 for a long time. So like he was very respectful at first until whatever Magny said.
In that press conference.
And then he snapped and he straight up went to like a Connor mode and he was like, nah, you'll do fucking nothing. You'll do nothing. Like he's even saying that shit to Magny. Zhang Wei Li versus Amanda Lemos.
That was a good fight.
Wei Li dominated. I feel like, man, 3 Darces though. What do you think about that?
That's not common. At least to me. I don't know. To my knowledge, it's not common,
to have
right?
The option to get 3 Darces? Was it one round or
I think it was one. I think it was one round.
So how the fuck you as a champion, Wei Li as a champion, which granted she didn't get submitted, so it kind of don't matter, but like it's just the thought process to me, like you got caught in the darts 3 times. Granted, yes, you didn't get tapped, so maybe like you wasn't worried about it.
Because somehow she popped out of it somehow.
The first one looked tight. Like her face was turning pink. I thought it was over. Like, that's the thing, man. Wei Li, she's been champion before, but every time she's champ and she goes to defend it, she loses. Like to Rose. Like she was champ, faced Rose head kick, knockout. And she tried to blame it on the ref. She was like, early stoppage. He smelled like cigarettes and booze and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, and you was like, the fuck out. Like, what more do you want?
Yeah.
So, shout out Wei Li getting the win. Like, she's a dominant strawweight. Like, I don't know if there's going to be anybody that can beat her.
Yeah.
Unless Rose comes back. And I don't know what's going on with Rose. And then finally, Sean O'Malley versus Aljamain Sterling.
So I want your opinion on that,
man.
Because Sean O'Malley is your boy. You say you've been watching him all the way since before UFC.
Before the UFC. And
man,
that's what makes this so crazy, bro. Like, it's one thing to like, okay, Izzy, for example. I'm a big Izzy fan. Same
me
with
too.
You know how it was when we watched him. And I think what was so great about the fight that we watched is watching him come back from a loss, overcoming adversity to get a win over somebody who is he was 0-3 against, and to come back and starch him the way he did. Like, didn't win via decision, didn't like leave no room for people to be like, oh, the ref and the judges. No, slept him bad. Like, that's one thing. And I'm a big Izzy fan. Like, and I was on Izzy when he came into the UFC, like real early, like before champ, like the whole Kelvin Gastelum fights and the Derek Brunson fights, all that shit. Before Izzy was big, I was an Izzy fan. But for O'Malley, like I think I watched his fight before the Dana White Contender Series, actually.
Okay.
So like I'm talking about before he even had the owl tattooed on his chest. He had another tattoo. It was like words. Going from shoulder to shoulder, and he covered it up with a big owl, like back then.
Okay, so that's like
earlier, bro. I think he was like 18, 19, maybe, like young as fuck. And then to see him go to the Contender Series and just starch that dude, I can't remember the dude's name. Like, he just goes out there and knocks him out.
Yeah.
But man, to see somebody, like I told you, it's like a West Side Boogie for me. To find somebody who is not big, and watch them rise to like superstar level. Like Boogie ain't there yet, but I think he'll get there. He's just now doing his European tour. Matter of fact, like he's posting all about that. So he's getting out there.
Yeah.
Going overseas and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think Sean has been this way, like superstar level. Like he's definitely been the people's champ for a long time.
Yeah.
But man, to go out there and like get it in stone, like I am the best bantamweight. That's wild as fuck.
And he was already saying that before, like, the fight. Like, he was already like, I'm, like, the best striker in the world, like, so.
Name one better. Can you name? I tried, like, I was like, because when he said it, I was like, he's good, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And I was like, but there's got to be somebody better. And I was trying to think of who. I don't know, man. He might be right. Like, who else has, like, such
trying to think.
Sharp and precise striking?
There ain't too many people out there. I mean, you can name some good strikers, but anybody that's better than him.
Izzy is a great striker.
Yeah. Last night I said Dustin, but
Dustin is good, man. But the thing with Dustin, and like I said last night too, when you said Dustin is good. Dustin has hands.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not going to have an easy night going in there against Dustin. But the thing with Dustin is you don't see a whole lot of one-shot KOs.
Yeah, okay.
It's all, like, a build-up. Like, even with Conor in the second fight, like, he didn't just go out there and just hit Conor and Conor dropped. No, it was first he compromised the leg, and then he started teeing off on him.
Yeah, kind of like some combinations and stuff. Yeah.
Same thing with Justin Gaethje when he beat Justin the first time. It wasn't like boom, one shot done. No, it was a collective of damage throughout the fight that ended up stopping it. I mean, Max Holloway has good striking, but same thing, like not known for that one shot KO.
So that's what you're saying, like that.
Yeah.
Just that one hit, boom, and then they fall to the ground, and then
that's what I consider like
hammer fist.
If even that's needed, you know, because like how many times have you seen Sean do the walk off KO?
A bunch.
Like that's his thing.
Yeah.
He almost did it with Aljamain. Like if you go back and watch, when he drops him, he goes a step away because he thinks, bro, when you go face first, like I said in boxing, when boxers go face first, they don't even count. They wave that shit off. Face first is so bad. Like,
does that mean
means like
you sleep?
Everything's off. Everything's turned off, and you have like, if you was to fall face forward, like right now, you was to trip. Your natural instincts, your arms are gonna come up. You're gonna try to like maneuver to catch yourself. Now, when you out, of course, all that's shut off.
Yeah,
so it's just boom, you face against the canvas. That's why they usually don't even count. Granted, I will say, Aljo was moving forward. So, like, that could, like, play a role to why he went face first. But also, man, the shot, it was so clean. The only thing I will say is he got him, like, right on the eyebrow. Like, it split his eyebrow open. If he would have got that on the chin, I think it would have been a walk-off KO. Easy walk-off KO. But if you watch in slow motion, Aljo even sees the punch.
Yeah, because you can tell he's, like, looking right at it.
When he throws, like, he's looking up at Sean, and Sean punches, and he tries to duck his head.
Yeah.
So
that's how it kind of hit him, like, up there on the eyebrow. Yeah.
I'm telling you, if it would have caught his chin and just, like, nah, he'd have been sleep. And I think that would have been beautiful. And then I think, because even like Archie was saying last night, oh, he was still moving. He was moving. Yeah, okay, he was. But there's a point in time, man, to when you were taking 10 plus shots unanswered, the ref has to do his job.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just keep eating shots just because you're moving.
Yeah. Because he wasn't really, he had his hands up there like he was blocking them, but they was going through the blocks.
I think he went out for a second. I think before the ref even stopped it, like, before that sequence of punches, there's like one where he's, like, he just dropped him, throws his legs to the side, and he's hitting him with hammer fists.
Yeah.
And he catches him at one point, and it looks like he was laying there guard, and like his arms kind of go down. And I think he went out for like a split second.
Yeah.
And I think that's when he could have stopped it. But the ref still gave him like the opportunity to move around. And he was.
Bro, that's dangerous, bro.
It's very dangerous.
Man.
Because, I mean, okay, for one, you just got rocked. You ain't got all your fucking faculties together. You're moving around. You think you're trying to get out of danger. Who's to say he didn't, like, get to his knees and stand up real quick, but he still ain't aware of everything? And then, boom, he's a shin to the face.
Yeah.
Or, like, a powerful right from Sean.
Yeah.
And then, like, then everybody would be mad, and they'd be like, oh, you should have stopped it before.
You killed him.
Yeah, for real. Like, people, and we talked about this, I think, with Chris and Marcus. We was like, what's better, a late stoppage or an early stoppage? And I'm sure a fighter would say an early stoppage is worse.
For sure.
But if we're talking about your safety and your health, you would rather have an early stoppage than to be unconscious and somebody just beating on you. Like, and we've seen that in the UFC.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of the Asian dude. Used to be a referee. Always did the little heart when they showed the camera.
Okay. I forgot his name. But
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Bro, he used to just, like, dudes would be unconscious. And, like, they'd just be hammering. And he would just be standing there. Like, he just zoned out. Forgot what he was doing. And dudes ain't responding. They're unconscious on the floor, limp, just eating shots.
You can't. It's hard to come back from stuff like that.
It is. That's what's dangerous.
Like career ending.
What do you think about the fight on the prelims when the dude was throwing elbows to that dude? Do you think that was back of the head, or do you think it was back of the ear?
It's kind of hard to tell because you got to watch, like, the angles, but from when I seen it, it kind of looked like it was kind of like on the ear to me.
See, if it's on the ear, fair game.
Yeah.
But I was watching slow motion.
Did it?
There's some that look like it's
on it.
Back of the head. But was it like him intentionally trying to hit to the back of the head? I don't think so. I think he was just like, it's the way he was postured over the dude, and the dude kept trying to like roll to his stomach and face forward.
And it just so happened.
Yeah, and it just so I don't think it was intentional, but it definitely knocked dude the fuck out. And it was weird to see like elbows to the back like that. Like if the ref wanted to, he could have been like, no, stop, like stand up, point deducted. Instead, let it ride, and he got the knockout. We was talking about the purses, what everybody made. Aljo ended up 1.49 million. That's counting pay-per-view shares, sponsorships, everything like that. O'Malley 1.38 million. Zhang Weili 1.19 million. And that's it for people who broke over $1 million.
I think that they should get paid more.
Than $1 million?
Yeah. Well, because you got, speaking on boxing, they can make 10, 15, 20 million.
Yeah.
And
fight, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not as dangerous as MMA.
You don't think so?
No. Come on, you know that. It's not as dangerous as MMA, man. Cause
I can say I haven't seen anybody die in the UFC. You've seen boxers die in the ring.
Probably because they take him more like punch to the head.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, it's damage to the brain. So I could see why them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So to me, that's more dangerous. If you got deaths in something, if you got 3 deaths in this one and none in this, then I'm gonna say this is the more dangerous one.
So they gonna pay him more.
I don't even think it's that. I don't think they account to anything like that. I just think it's who has the most eyes. And boxing has been around for so long. Like
they got more viewers.
More people like. I think there's more casual fans of boxing than there is MMA, and I think it's strictly because with MMA, bro, you got to know so much. It's not just striking. Like when they go to the ground, if all you know is boxing, when you see them go to the ground, you're gonna be like, "Oh, boo, stand them up!" Like, what the fuck is it? Like you don't understand. Like with Amanda last night, getting the 3 Darces to an average person, like you would have recognized it. Yeah. You don't understand like the danger. Yeah. Like what you're seeing, like you just see her holding her, and you're like, "Oh, stand them up." Not understanding, like, no, don't stand them up because she could potentially go to sleep right now. Like you have to understand so much, and I think that's why it's harder to get casual casual fans into MMA. Yeah, it's just so much to learn. Yeah,
they just want to see like the big knockout.
Exactly, and that's easy. Who don't understand a knockout? Yeah, like. Dude, my kids understand knockouts. Yeah. But they don't understand when I'm like, okay, you see how he's putting his hooks in right here? You see how he's holding the body triangle that's cutting off his ability to breathe? I was like, you see how he keeps switching his foot over which foot is a triangle? That's because the way he's rolling. Like, you don't know all this stuff. It looks boring. And you don't appreciate it. Yeah. Like, even Taylor last night was like, man, these fights are boring. And, like, the Wei Lee fight, there was a lot of ground stuff. But like me, I'm like, damn, like this is a really good technical fight. But to an average and casual person, like you said, they want to
stand up, man.
Stand up. I want to see a knockout. Yeah. Like,
it's just as dangerous as you getting on the ground. Yeah. And even if you're on your back, some people say like, oh, he's winning. Like somebody can be on top of you, and you'd be like, oh man, like he about to lose because the other dude is on top of you. You'd be like, no, he's actually winning.
The Ultimate Fighter people last night. One dude won it for the second time, the bantamweight. He won it. That's the second time he's won the Ultimate Fighter. Okay. I can't remember what the weight class is, but there was another one later on that he won by triangle choke. But like you just said, the dude was on top of him. So if you don't know anything and you're like, well, he's on top, so he's winning, right? Winning. Yeah. No, he's actually getting he's getting the life choked out of him. Like he's about to go to sleep if he don't tap. Yeah. Man,
it takes so much to be a mixed martial arts fighter, because you gotta be well rounded. Not only being on on your feet, Like, you got to know how to be on your ground. You got to know how to get out of like certain like holds and stuff, man. Like,
got to know what position is dominant. And I've always said like it's a human form of chess, because it's not so much like, okay, what am I doing right now? It's what can I set up for
something later
10 seconds
on.
from now. Yeah, I think that's the whole thing with Sean. You've seen him right before this happens. He's standing southpaw, and he throws a deep kick to his stomach, and then goes orthodox. If he wouldn't have made that switch, he wouldn't have been set up for that right hand. So it's like little things like that make you wonder, like, what if he would have stayed southpaw? Would he have caught him the same, or would it have been like a harder shot? I don't know.
Only real UFC fans even think like that. They like, man, you see where he switched, man. Like, if he wouldn't have switched, like, man, he probably wouldn't even set up that right hand. See, so you
right
gotta,
before,
you gotta really
there
know.
And he's got his hands down. I think he throws the teep, and after he throws the teep, when he resets the orthodox, and that's when Aljo lunges in. And man, if you look at it, like Aljo's fist is just like
because I think he was too far away. Like, he tried to throw a punch at
that's what
Sean,
Aljo
but
does, and
but
Sean
he was too far. That's
That's
why he got caught.
That's
Just
exactly
made a mistake.
why. Yep.
I was watching it.
Yep. And they even said it. They was like, man, we know Aljo like lunges with his shots, and he does. He does it a lot, but nobody's been able to capitalize on it except for I always forget his name when we talk about this. It's like it's not Brandon Moreno, but his name's something close. Marlon or fuck, I can't think of it. Anyway, caught Aljo with a knee and knocked him out stiff. Like I said, Aljo was like this on the ground and like point to the sky. And that's like his only loss here recently. And that's another thing, bro, that people don't understand. Like, oh, Sean O'Malley ain't fought nobody. Like, all the opponents Sean's fought is no longer in the UFC. So they think that doesn't mean he's good enough. Or he just went out there and did what Peter Yan, Corey Sandhagen, and Henry Cejudo couldn't do.
And all those dudes are popular.
Beast. Beast. Peter Yan used to be he was the Aljamain Sterling of that weight class. He was like the unbeatable champ. Then, of course, the whole knee thing happened with Aljamain. Aljamain wins the belt by disqualification. They run it back. Everybody, even me, I'm like, oh, Peter's about to smoke this motherfucker now. Like, he done fucked up. Like, you can't take somebody's belt away and then play like you're champion. Over a disqualification. And then Aljo just looked good. Dominated Peter the whole time. Very dominant. Like, Sean's even admitted, bro, he's the best bantamweight, like, ever.
He just beat him.
And that's what I said. So Aljamain was the best bantamweight of all time, and O'Malley just made it look easy and smoked him. What does that say about O'Malley?
He the best of all time. Like, it was meant to be.
So what do you think is next for Sean now?
Well, you said because his only, how many losses do we have? One. And it was to Cheeto. So they got to run it back.
Think so?
You got to.
Do you run it back with Cheeto, or do you go down the line of the rankings?
Well, if he's only lost to Cheeto just won last night. So run it back, man. Just run it back. Give Cheeto a chance.
What do you say to people who say stuff like, well, why are you giving Cheeto the opportunity when there's people higher in the rankings?
Well, I think it's because it goes like
just that loss.
Yeah, like that's the loss, and then like the story behind it, like kind of how they did like with Easy and Alex. So it's like what the fans want to see.
It is.
That plays a big part in it. So
that fucking Alex thing, man, is still trippy when you think about it. Like, to come into the UFC and have, what was it, 7 fights?
I think it was 7 or 8 wins. Or fights. Yeah.
And to jump up to a title shot after that, like, that's wild as fuck. I ain't never seen nobody in UFC history come in, have a few fights, because 7 and 8, bro, that ain't nothing. We got people out here that's, I think Ian Gary is what now, 13 and 0?
Okay, yeah.
So
I think
13
it was 13 or 14.
Nobody's like even mentioning him for the title. They're like, who do you want next? And he didn't call out Leon Edwards or whatever. I can't remember who he called out.
Yeah, I think he said he just wanted to like crack like that top 10. Okay. And then he was saying like to be the best, you got to beat the best. So he was saying he didn't really call anybody out. He was just saying like he wants to fight like the top fighters.
That's crazy because he's usually like after all his fights.
Yeah, I don't think we might have to go back and look at it, but I don't think he like called out like nobody's name. He was just like to beat the best. You gotta fight the best. And he was like, I'm trying to crack like that top 10. Like I really can like dominate in this division. I don't think he called out anybody.
So Neil Magny was number 11, and this isn't up to date because they still have Aljamain as champion on this one. So just keep that in mind. Neil Magny was 11. We got Sean Brady, Jeff Neal. Oh, Stephen Thompson. He called out Stephen Thompson.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'd be a great fight.
That's a Wonder Boy, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So I forgot about that.
That'd be a good one. They kind of built like the same.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Wonder Boy is a little bit more like slimmer.
Up, yeah.
Kind of cut and slimmer, but they both kind of got
Wonder Boy's older too, though. Like he's getting up there. Mm-hmm. But okay, so Wonder Boy's number 7. Then you got Shabkat, the Asian Russian dude. Gilbert Burns, Shemaya.
He looked kind of Gilbert Burns. Remember when they showed him last night? Mm-hmm. Like he looked kind of like bloated, kind of like.
I mean, he's big. He's not a little dude.
Yeah,
like,
I was kind of like,
he's thick as fuck.
Like he been eating some cheeseburgers or something.
When was his last fight? He just fought not too long ago.
Yeah,
I can't remember who he fought, but he lost. Whoever he fought, I know he fought Chimaev and lost, but he had another fight more recent than that. I can't remember. Oh, Bilal Muhammad. That's who it was.
Okay.
So in that weight class, Kamaru Usman is the number 1 contender. Mm-hmm. Colby Covington is number 2, and then Bilal Muhammad is 3rd, and of course Leon is the champ.
Yeah. So is Inguri in that top 10 yet, or is he no 15?
I don't even think he's listed on this one. Oh, he's 13.
13. Yeah, because I think he was 14 last
Kevin Holland's 12. That would be a good fight. Ian Gary and
Kevin Holland. I don't want my boy to go out like I don't want my boy to
fight
because I don't know. Yeah, you do.
You gotta fight everybody.
You gotta fight everybody, but I don't want Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland, that's my boy, but I don't know. Ian Gary might pop.
I think it'd be a good fight.
I don't know.
I think Kevin could hold his own, man. Because Kevin, we haven't seen Ian on the ground too much. Kevin's got a decent ground game. Mm-hmm. I mean, look what he just did in his last fight, bro. Pulled off the win by Darce against somebody who I was worried about him going to the ground with. Mm-hmm. Like, that was my fear going in. I was like, I hope Michael Chiesa doesn't take Kevin down and choke him out.
Yeah.
And then
it was the opposite.
And then Kevin gets the Darce.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild as fuck. The bantamweight division.
Which is, you said, is the most stacked.
To me, is the best division, bro. So, once again, this isn't updated, but Aljamain Sterling was champ. The number 1 contender was Merab. I don't know if you know him. He's the dude who took Sean's jacket when Sean faced off with Aljamain.
Okay, yeah.
It's that little dude.
Yeah.
Merab and Aljamain trained together. So Merab would never fight for the title as long as Aljamain was the champ.
Yeah.
So that's why we never got that fight. He would turn it down. They offered it to him, and he was like, no, I'm not fighting. Like, my teammate. So we got Merab, and he's a beast, dude. Number 2 was Sean O'Malley. 3 is Henry Cejudo. Triple C. 4, Corey Sandhagen. 5, Peter Yan. 6, Chito Vera. 7, Rob Font. 8 is Korean Zombie. Dominic Cruz. Pedro Munoz. Like, bro, that's just top 10.
Yeah, you were saying, like, all those, like, the top 10 could, like,
easily be champion.
Fight for a title.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy to think Corey Sandhagen didn't beat Aljamain Sterling. Like, because Corey is such a well-rounded fighter, and, like, his mindset is, like, I'm going to get better in everything. Mm-hmm. Each time I step into the cage, like, I'm going to outperform myself. Like, I don't know if you watched it because it was just a free, fight night UFC. Mm-hmm. But he fought Rob Font in the last one.
Okay.
And it was, I thought it was going to be a lot more, like, striking, but it was very, like, ground game technical. And Corey just is a fucking beast, man. but somehow tore either his bicep or tricep. I can't remember which one. So he's going to be out for a minute. So if you run the Marlon Vera,
I say running back. Man.
If you run that fight back, that means you're giving the number 6 ranked guy a title shot versus Pierre Dion, Corey Sandhagen, Henry Cejudo, and Marab.
Yeah, I mean it's happened before. Oh, so you gotta have you gotta have a story behind it. You know,
his name?
He's the only person that beat O'Malley. So
I say running back.
Yeah, that's what the fans is going on. Mm-hmm. So it's all about like the story, the popularity, what the fans want. I say.
So if they run it back and Sean wins, do they have to run it back a third time?
Because I wouldn't.
No,
I wouldn't. I mean, they probably will look at it.
I don't think you should,
but I wouldn't.
Like I said, everybody gives me shit because they're like, he lost, just get over it. Like, okay, yeah, he lost. The way he lost is such a weird, way to lose. He got his perennial nerve compromised, which made his foot go numb. Now, I'm not saying Cheeto didn't do that. Cheeto did that, but the odds of him doing that, like Sean said, okay, if that's how you can beat me, how come nobody's done it since then? Because it's such a weird thing to hit. Your toe has to hit in a certain spot, and that's just what happened.
Yeah, so he got lucky, really, really lucky. Yeah.
And then Sean's leg went numb. Now, Cheeto did capitalize on that, rushed him at the end of the round, started throwing elbows. Sean never went out. He did go out for a second. Same thing with the Aljo, and the ref stopped it. So, again, not mad at the stoppage. I would rather them stop it than to see Sean take all this damage, and then, we don't have Sean we have today because he took unnecessary shots.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at it. Same thing with Aljo. I'm not mad at that stoppage.
Yeah.
If the ref would have stopped it after the hit, the initial hit, I'd have been upset. Because, yes, he face planted, he went down, but he was, immediately,
Yeah, he kind of popped back, popped back up into, consciousness. He kind of popped up.
So, see.
And then he was trying to block, because just like how Archie said, Archie was like, he's not out. It was you can tell he was trying to block, but, those hammer fists was going.
Bro, some of them were straight bombs.
Because his head was kind of bouncing too, so I think that's probably why the ref was like, no, because his head was kind of going.
He did get in with a few hammer fists, but there's some where he was standing up straight and just comes all the way down, right to the side of the fucking head, and they're clean shots. Clean shots.
Yeah.
I kept trying to find the best one for I had to update my shit.
Yeah, I seen you post that one on Instagram.
Yeah, I wanted to find the one where it's just a beautiful. You could tell it connected while Aljo was out. I like that the ref gave him all the opportunity to keep going. I really do like that one. That's what I was talking about. But that is a clean shot. There's no debating that. And that's when he's already on the ground. You know what I mean?
Man, I wonder how that feels for Aljo to see that, people posting pictures or videos, and you're just dang man, he hit me with some shots, but I mean Aljo, he's being professional about it. He wasn't talking crap or nothing. He was just he got me with a lucky shot. He was he's a good fighter, you know what I'm saying? Congratulations
he's
to him.
I'm not going to take anything away from him.
Yeah.
I couldn't get his timing. His timing was so weird. I couldn't figure him out. His reaction to that loss, I respected Aljo as a fighter, and I was yeah, dude, he's the greatest bantamweight. I just didn't like him. And we talked about this before. You can be the GOAT, the best, whatever, and still be unfavorable by fans.
Oh yeah.
I don't like Aljo. I just don't. I don't know what it I love to see him fight. He's very dominant. The whole thug jitsu, fucking funk master style he has is insane. I just didn't care for him. But the way he handled his loss made me be damn, respect.
It's humbling because he come out there, all
talked all that shit, and he looked
flexing,
loose, bro.
Yeah, flexing, kind of dancing around and smiling, kind of putting because the crowd was boo, and he's yeah, keep going, bring it on. So it's it's humbling. Once you lose, because I think for number one, he already got a good career. He was, the GOAT of the division, and then for him to lose, he like, man, like, I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all for even like, giving me this platform, for me to even like make it this far. Because, even after that, he was kind of like, you guys, anybody out there just trying to like make it this far in their career, like, you got to work hard. So, he was giving like good words of encouragement.
Yeah.
So it was.
That's what he said.
You can't help but be humble.
Yeah.
Bro. You got to be like, dang, I was the champ. I got beat.
That's what I like to see.
I can't make no excuse, man.
That's what I like to see.
He hit me with a
He
good
didn't come
shot.
out there and be like, well, actually, I was hurt in this fight camp, and like I wasn't 100%, and Dana White made me fight too early, which I'll give him that, bro. I'll 100% give him that, because he just fought Henry Cejudo like 2-3 months ago. That's a quick turnaround. You know what I mean? Like that's very quick.
A couple months.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's like the UFC just didn't like Aljamain or he wasn't selling, because he definitely doesn't sell. Okay. Like if you go back to him versus Henry Cejudo, the last pay-per-view that he headlined, versus this pay-per-view, I guarantee it, this one, like, numbers were crazy high.
Because he's fighting O'Malley. It's all about.
And that's the only difference. Yeah. It's still Aljamain. He's still the champion.
Yeah.
But the opponent is different. And the opponent is a superstar. Bro came out to fucking Lupe Fiasco, superstar, like perfect. Everything was perfect.
Man, that's great. So how do you feel? I don't think you said it. Like, I know you said that like you've been watching Sean O'Malley all the way since like the very, very, very beginning. Yeah. But like to see him like last night, to see him win, even today, like how do you feel? Are you like,
it's surreal? Like it doesn't. It's like Sean said, dude, I feel like I'm dreaming, and I didn't even fucking go out there and fight. You know what I mean? Like, but like to see somebody you follow for so long do the thing that like you have only dreamed of. Like, bro, I play UFC 4 all the time, and that's who I run with is Sean. Like, I got me and Sean O'Malley on UFC 4, and like to finally see him go out there and do it. And like Sean said, man, this is the most nervous I've ever been.
He did say that, yeah.
Like, and Sean's never nervous. He's always like very like woosah, like the deep breaths. Anytime he wins, like he doesn't like go wild and get crazy. He's very like calm, cool, and collected. And he does that for a reason. Like he wants to keep that baseline.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was like, is it sinking in? Because, like, for him, he was...
You see where he posted smoking in the hotel room?
I did.
He's smoking a joint. He's like, you're the man. You're the man.
Yeah, I seen it. It's like...
funny as shit.
I don't know. Maybe that's just how he is as a person. Because, some people, when they win the beat, or not, I said the belt, like, they, like, really, really, like, emotional. They, like, either they're super, super excited, or they, like, start break down and, like, crying. With him, he was just kind of, like, looking like, did this really happen?
It's that adrenaline rush that you get, like, at first. And, some people do, man. Like, they break down and, like, they cry right there in the ring. I think him and Tim, which is his coach, who they've been training with forever. Like, forever. I bet you they got back to the hotel, bro, and, like, they just sat there and they was like, we fucking did it. I bet.
And then he go out in the public like, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Like that's been his dude, forever. Like that's fucking great. Little Sean O'Malley, bro. Like,
Sugar Sean, man. Well, I'm happy for him, man.
That's why I kept people.
Oh yeah,
it's so similar. Like, goddamn, bro. I've never.
Yeah, well, I'm happy for Sean. Like, I mean, I think he can easily be one of the biggest stars in UFC, probably bigger than Conor. He just got to keep it going.
Like, you think bigger than Conor?
He can be, because he was already popular before this fight. Now that's just making him go even higher. He's a fan favorite. People like him.
Man, bigger than Conor, though. I mean, he is. He's definitely the people's champ, and he's been the people's champ.
He can get up there.
Oh, he definitely can.
He can get up there.
That's what I was gonna check. I seen a post where they said the UFC had posted the whole fight already on YouTube for free, and like that is something like the UFC does not do. Like, you usually wait. Like, even on the ESPN app, bro, like, you can't watch the pay-per-views damn near until, like, the next pay-per-view. Then finally they release it. So if they done posted it,
That mean they trying to promote. That mean they trying to promote this fight.
Yeah, they did. They got the whole fight on here.
That's crazy.
So it is for free on the UFC YouTube page. It's got 4.1 million views 13 hours ago.
4.1 million views?
13 hours.
What?
That's just YouTube, bro. So think about what the numbers did. Like, I wonder if we can find it.
That's crazy.
And then we also got, sorry about the other cards coming up. So this was UFC 292. We got UFC 293 next. Bro, right back. Izzy is right back in there. He is in Sean Strickland.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Izzy has to be the most active champion, like, I've ever seen. Like,
because
he fights constantly.
What's that, like 4 times a year, 5 times a year?
It's close, yeah.
That is a lot.
It's a lot
for
the champ. Like, I get it when people are, like, trying to get to there, you know, especially when you're only making, like, $10K a fight.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, bro, you're going to take 4 or 5 fights a year. But when you're the champ and you're making $1 million plus, it's hard to, like I call it the Connor syndrome. Look at Connor.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Bro, he got the double champ, and he worked his ass off to get there, don't get me wrong. Yeah. But then after that, it's like,
once every year, once a year, maybe twice a year.
Never defended the belts, you know, because he got it, and he was like, I'm the champ. Bro, like, I'm double champ. And then he went and made, you know, proper 12 and all of that. And then what really fucked it up, I think, is the boxing.
That Floyd.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that gave him, like, real money.
Yeah.
And after that's when, like, proper 12 started coming and, like, you know, getting real big. So
I would say he probably made like 100 million, 150 million
for boxing.
Just
Oh yeah,
just
for sure. He made 100 million easy.
Yeah.
So 293 Izzy versus Sean Strickland. Sean is ranked number 5. Of course, I think Izzy goes out there and starches him. But like I said, in any combat sport, you always have a fighter's chance.
I agree, 100%.
Like, even though Izzy is, without a doubt, the greatest middleweight of all time, I think. Like, I put him over Anderson, even though he got a loss and then came back and won. I think Izzy is over Anderson Silva. I think he's the best.
Like Rashad Evans.
I put him over everybody, bro. Like, I think he is the greatest middleweight.
Rampage.
And he's still going, is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm putting him there now, like, and he's like, I still want to fight 10 more times, like, bro, if he comes out and starches 10 more opponents, because we still got to see him against Sean Strickland for one. He's got to get through Sean first. I think it's going to be easy. But anytime you think that, like, you know, how shit can go. Then you got to, he's got to fight DDP. Dracus Duplessis. The fucking name is, got to fight him. Some people say he's got to run it back with Robert Whitaker for the 3rd time, which...
Don't nobody want to see that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No.
That's why I'm kind of glad Dracus won.
Yeah.
So then, the next big card, UFC 294, we got Islam versus Charles, running it back for the 2nd time. And Paulo Costa versus Chimaev.
That's back to back to back to back. Bro.
Yeah.
It's got to be the most, like, fighting in general is making history. Like, I don't know if people, like, if they understand that.
It's like, it's getting up there to be one of, like, the top sports.
Yeah. Like, it's history. Like, we've never, because I've been a fan of fighting, like, UFC and boxing, like, since I can remember, ever since I was little. But I can't remember one time where it was, like, back to back to back. Like, every weekend there's a fight card. Yeah, and it's stacked.
See, I didn't get, like, I always liked MMA. I just never got, like, into it deeply.
Yeah.
Because, like, how we were talking about, like, you have to learn so much. And I felt like I didn't know. Like, I didn't like wrestling in school. Because, like, I didn't understand it. And I didn't understand, like, how dominant it can be for your opponent. If they know how to wrestle and you don't, you're fucked. Like I would have people. Of course, they were bigger than me, like 2 times my size, but they would wrestle me and like just control me in ways like where I was stuck. I couldn't do a fucking thing. And you just feel so helpless. So I was like, man, I don't understand that. I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't get deep into UFC until it was before Connor knocked out Aljo.
Okay.
Somewhere around there, like when I'm talking about like deep,
like studying it. Yeah.
You know, like how people do with like football. They're like, oh, this guy on this team, and like they can name like the whole team, and like study shit like that.
Yeah.
That's when I was able to be like, well, this weight class has this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy. And that's how you know, like, you're a real fan.
Yeah. I'm not that good in with UFC like that. I'm not that good. But
fucking, if I bring up somebody's name, you're like, okay, I know this dude. Yeah. You can probably even tell me who he's fighting.
Yeah. For some people, but I'm more like that. Like how you are with UFC. Like, if they give you a division, you can like name off the top 10. And then like, everybody in that division, you can say, oh yeah, you remember that time when he fought this person, person. You can tell like the outcome and everything. Like I'm kind of like that in UFC, but I'm more so with boxing.
Yeah.
Like boxing, I can do that same thing. Like I can be like, okay, this person got the belt. Like he beat this person to get the belt. Like weight classes and stuff, like moving up and down. Like that's how I am in boxing. I think I got that way because when I was little, like my dad was a coach. So I'd be around the gym and stuff all the time, like watching boxing and like he threw tournaments and stuff. So I would actually go to the tournaments and stuff. So once I started seeing that, I was like, oh, okay. And that's how I got into boxing.
You actually boxed yourself too, didn't you?
I trained. I never had a match before, but I've trained. Yeah. Just kind of like hitting the bag, like the mitts and like the bag.
Compared to somebody who's never like thrown a punch in their life. Yeah. Like you're fucked. From my baby mama just called. It's so weird that we was talking about Devin last night. Shout out to Devin, bro. Like, holla at me.
He said, holla at me.
I ain't heard
Shout
from
out to Devin, holla at me.
So I guess last night, my baby mama called me like 10 this morning. I woke up, called her back because I missed it. She was like, "Did you hear about Devin or something?" And bro, on the way home, I had seen this wreck on Kelly. And I don't know why my brain went right to that. Like it was a bad wreck. Like when you got off on Kelly, they made you get back on the interstate. And you had to go like down Grand. Like they wouldn't even let you go.
So they had it blocked off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I guess what had happened is the dude was coming from Van Buren, got onto the off ramp to get on Kelly, and hit that fucking pole. And people are saying like he hit it hard enough they had to use the jaws of life to get him out. And then like the police escorted like the ambulance to the hospital. So that makes me think like maybe it's a cop. Like they got into the wreck, like maybe he was drunk or like just something happened. I don't know, but for the police to escort the ambulance is unusual. Because the ambulance has its own lights and sirens. Like, they can do their own thing. Yeah. So it makes me think it's either a cop or somebody like with a name. Yeah. That did it. Yeah. But I seen that and when she said that, I was like, oh fuck.
You thought she was?
I thought like something happened because bro, the way they had it blocked off, I thought somebody died. Because, like, there were so many cops, 2 fire trucks, like, and they had the whole scene to where, like, you couldn't see into it. The cars were parked, like, in a way. So I thought, like, a dead body. Yeah. So I was like, dang, it did me into a wreck. But she was like, no, some dude from Van Buren and whatnot, like, he was there hanging out with us, and he was being cool at first. Then he got drunk, and he started talking shit to people. And I was like, okay, go get your stuff out of my car. Because, like, I'm not going to give you a ride. Like, you're being wild. And I guess, like, he started talking shit to her. Or like pushing her or something. But like Carlton and Devin had pulled up. And I guess like I think she said Carlton like maybe like got him out calmly. You know Carlton, bro. Carlton's like calm, cool, and collected. Yeah. Like he ain't gonna lose his cool. Yeah. Like shout out Carlton too. Like Carlton's cool as fuck. Yeah. So like I guess like he kinda like got him out or something. But then I guess Devin was like, nah, fuck that. Like he started beating this dude's ass, and he was like,
really?
He's like, you trying to touch on my sister-in-law from 100 years ago or something? Like he talking shit. He's like, that's my niece's mom, motherfucker. And fighting this dude. I mean, I would have done the same thing for my baby mama. Like, we're cool. Like, it is what it is. But yeah.
Well, you say y'all cool now?
I mean, we've always been cool, bro. We're not cool to where like I'm not gonna call her and be like, hey, come hang out with me. But like I'm civil with this person, okay. And I have no hard feelings for this person.
That's what's up.
Like if I can help like there's something that I'm doing like behind the scenes that's trying to like help her now. Like I'm looking out for her. I'm like, look, unless you want this to happen, like you should do this and this and this, and I'm trying to do everything I can to help. Just because I mean, I don't have no hard feelings for really nobody.
Yeah,
I try not to anyway. Like
plus that's the baby mama, so
I mean, we ain't our kids 15, bro. We ain't got to talk. Like, yeah, our kids almost grown, so it's not like we got a 2-year-old or something. This is the first one.
Yeah.
Now my ex is a different story. I kind of like, I still kind of have like real negative feelings towards her. I'm trying to let it go. Like I'm getting to the point where I'm like, man, fuck it. Like
it take time, man.
Like what you did sucked, it hurt, but man, fuck it, because it's only hurting me to hold on to it, because she ain't giving a fuck. You know what I mean? Like she's out there living her life, and I'm the only one like see you stewing in this shit.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, bro, like with my friend who was at the fights, like I always fuck with her and give her shit, because she's like, I hate my ex. I'm like, well, that still means you have a strong feeling towards them emotionally.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't fucking like him. I'm like, no, I'm not saying you like him, but if you hate somebody, that means
you're giving them control.
Yes, and like they have enough control to make you have a strong feeling towards them, whether it's negative or positive. I think you having that strong feeling can lead to shit. Cause bro, like when I got with my ex-wife, she would tell me that shit about her ex. She's like, I hate this motherfucker, and I'm like, I don't like that, and I told her straight up. And then like, boom, later on, she ends up like going back and sleeping with him again, like while we're together.
Yeah.
And like I called that shit. I was like, you talking about you hate him? Like, you know the baby boy scene where they're like, I hate you.
I hate you. I love you. Yeah.
Like it's
that's
the
true.
classic. Like, and that's where I'm coming from when I tell people that. Like, you don't know what that can lead to. Because hate is a powerful emotion.
Still, yeah.
Yeah. And that can go from I hate you to the baby boy shit real quick. So if a female tells me like I hate my ex, I'm like, you got to deal with that.
Yeah, you still got some type of like feeling for him.
Like I would want you to deal with that before I pursue anything with you. And same with me. Like if I can sit here and tell you like I hate this woman, even if it's for like reasons of like not just me, but for everybody. Even if it's for reasons like they hurt you, they cheated on you, they did you wrong, and you gotta just let it go. Because if not, like I said, you're the only one hurting.
But you gotta think like, how could you let it go?
It's hard.
Like
it's hard as fuck. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, because it's gonna be hard for you to just like forget about.
Oh, you can't. No, don't forget. Because if you forget, that means your dumb ass circles around and you fucking forgive them and let them do the same shit. No, you never forget. But you can forgive. Okay, hold on. You don't even have to forget. Let me take that back. You just have to get over it. You don't have to forget. Don't forget. For sure, don't forget. You don't necessarily have to forgive them, but just don't let it have any control over you. Because until you get to that point, bro, you are not free.
So for the people out there, what advice would you give them?
Hey, I'm not that person.
Okay.
I'm not that person.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm struggling myself. Y'all give me fucking advice is how I'm living right now.
Well, okay. Well, my advice to you, I don't know if it'll work, but if y'all could come together and have like a conversation.
Down already. Nope.
Really?
Yep. Nope.
You don't think that'll work?
I know that won't work. Bro, I don't want. I would rather out of sight, out of mind this person because. Okay, I ain't talked about this like publicly, but I told like the person who I was with last night. Bro, she's the person I was with last. I'm not gonna say her name just because I don't know if she wants me to say it, but like she legit is like my best fucking friend, and she's been my best friend for years. Like legit, like I talk to her about anything, and when dudes say that, sometimes they usually mean like a girl they fuck. Like, oh yeah, she's my best friend. No, we really fucking. But like, I can talk to her about other girls. Like, she can talk to me about her ex and shit. Like, it's just.
It's always good to get like a different gender's like perspective on things.
For sure. And bro, she'll say shit that makes me like see things in a whole different light. Because like you said, I'm a man. I can only see it. I can try to see it from a female point of view, and I do try to do that often because for one, I was raised by women. I have nothing but daughters, so I try my hardest to like keep an open mind to the female perspective. Yeah. And even my own actions, like how would this affect a female? I fall short at times. I'm a man, bro. I'm flawed. I can't fucking help it. Like I do. I know I do.
Mm-hmm.
But so does she. You know, like she has done some things that like, you know, ends up fucking with me and I'm like, why am I letting this hurt me? Like we're not together or nothing. And we're not. We're just like best fucking friends.
Yeah.
And she's I don't know, man, like the sitting down and talking to my ex, I just can't do it. I don't see a time to where I can do it. I would.
What about a phone call, like a phone conversation?
Not even that. Oh, this is okay. I forgot where I was going. I lost my train of thought talking about my friend.
Yeah. Okay.
So what I was saying is, I was telling her this. I haven't really told anybody else this.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I'd seen my ex-wife after she'd went and slept with someone else and came back to my house and did all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first time I physically seen her in person, she came to check on my daughter for something. Like she had fell and like cut her knee open pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know if like it needed stitches or if like we could just like suture it. And she came to check on her. And like she walks into my house and I'm about to go out the back door to walk my dog and I see her and bro, I have to stop and go to the bathroom because I'm about to throw up.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a physical reaction to like seeing a person and it was the weirdest shit. And it's weird because like this is somebody who I used to like I could say like, oh, I used to love this person. Like looking back now, I don't know if it really was that because like love don't act like how, you know, she did.
Mm-hmm.
Like it might have been love from my end.
Yeah.
But I mean, even I fucked up. But anyway, like to take you and Taylor, for example.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all broke up, do you think her walking into a room would make you physically ill? Just like she don't say anything. She just walks in and just you seeing her just makes you like.
That's tough. I mean, it'll be a bad feeling. Like, I mean, I'm not in your shoes, so I can only imagine. But I mean, if we was to break up, I would be upset. Like, super, super upset.
Do you think it would be as bad as like you get sick when you see her type shit?
I don't know.
It depends on like
the breakup. It depends on the breakup. Yeah, so I can't say yes or no.
Thing too. If the situation didn't play out the way it did, we could have been cool.
Mm-hmm.
We could have been so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like I'd have still been hurt and whatnot, but the way she did and how she did, like she fucked all that up.
That's probably why you're getting that.
Oh, that's 100% why. Yeah. Because like I see you and like it makes me think about what you did and then like you lied about it and you came and you still was in my house like for a few days. Mm-hmm. That's the thing, bro. Like 2 days later, she would have been out in her own, you know, place. Mm-hmm. So it's like she did it just to like be in spite of me to be like, haha, like fuck her. And it was like April, my birthday month, which to some people like they may not think that maliciously, but I think she did because I already don't like my birthday for one, because my cousin died the next day. So like,
I don't think you ever told me that.
Yeah, my older cousin who was like a sister, like my cousin, bro, like Cody. His sister. I know Cody, yeah. Okay, so it's his sister, Cody, Katrina, and he's got an older brother named Brandon. Okay. We were more like siblings growing up. And like for her to die the day after my birthday, like my birthday's never like been the same. Because every time my birthday comes, like it's just a reminder of
that thought.
The next day, like I know, like my cousin passed. And then for her to do that in the month of April, it was just like, bitch, you know I fucking hate like April already. Yeah. Like, that's another thing too, man. Like, I was talking to my other ex, my baby mama. One I call ex, one I call baby mama. My baby mama is the woman I had my first child with. We was talking about it, and she's like, yeah, you're still smitten and you're still in love. And I'm like, oh, no. Like, you got it so wrong. Like, I will never love this person. Yeah. This person did something so, like, malicious and knew it could like have negative effects and did it anyway. She knew like he could possibly kill himself if I do this, and did it. And it's not like something she had to do. Like I'm not talking about filing for divorce. I'm talking about like you went and slept with somebody else. Yeah. While living in my home, even though we made the agreement like we're not going to do that. And like that shit just hurt. Like I did, bro. Like I didn't want to fucking go on. I didn't want to fucking eat. Like we recorded a podcast, we didn't get to put it out. Yeah. I was sick as fuck. Yeah. And like you was even saying
was episode 4.
Yeah. Yeah. And you was like, I think it's over this. And like you were sending me shit of like how a breakup can make you sick.
It can.
And it probably was. Like it's probably a combination of everything. It was that, and then like they're not sleeping right, and they're trying to go to work still on top of it. Like I was sick as fuck. Like it's bad, and like man, I just didn't want to do anything. Like I didn't want to fucking like the way I reacted to finding out like has jeopardized like not only my health in that point in time, but it also jeopardized like my relationship with like my oldest daughter because the way I reacted, like bro, I was out of my fucking mind. It hurt so fucking bad.
So your oldest daughter was there?
Well, I went when I found out what had actually happened. Like I left work and I went there, and I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do. Honestly, I was just hurt, and I was more hurt because bro, I never expected this from this person.
Right.
Like if that had been my first baby mama, like I asked her one time. I set my first baby mama down and I was like, would you cheat on me with this person? There was one person in mind. It was like her ex. And she was like, I don't know. Bro.
That right there. What do you mean you don't know?
Well, and I respected that answer because it was a real answer.
Yeah.
And like that's what I wanted. I wanted the truth. And I was like, okay, well now I know that you don't know. And now it's up to me to do I continue to, pursue this?
Right.
And I did. That was my choice. But I was expecting her to cheat. You know what I mean? Like she was open and honest and was like, I don't know. Versus somebody's telling me I'll never do this. I'm not like that. I'm not like this. I'm not these girls. I'm not like I don't just go sleep with random people to turn around and do just that. Like made it that much worse. So like it's the honesty thing. My baby mama was honest, and then she never cheated. That's the crazy thing. Like that's the one I thought would have cheated, bro, didn't cheat. Like, I mean, it's good, but it also makes me feel dumb because then I feel like, damn, my dumb ass married the one like that did cheat. Like,
but you can't control that though. Man.
No,
you can't control other people's like choices.
You can't control who you marry.
Yes,
and that's what makes me feel dumb. I don't feel dumb because she cheated. I feel dumb because I made the choice to marry someone who would cheat. She tricked me and had me believing that that's not her. She wouldn't do that. She don't care about this. She don't need that type of shit. Like,
but I wouldn't say what you just telling me all that. I would say like, I mean, don't put too much blame on yourself.
No, I try not to because I can't.
It's not your fault. You
can't control the whole relationship ending. Yeah. I can't take responsibility for some of that. Like some of that was my fault. Like I was fucking up 100%. I can own up to my bullshit. And that's something I feel my ex can never do. Like even to this day, and I tell her like you have to work on that. Like we don't talk, but when we do talk, like that's shit that I'll say. Like you can never own up to your mistakes. You can never be like, okay, I was wrong in this situation. And I don't mean just with me. I mean like with our kids now. Yeah. Like there's like movie situations, and I'm like, well, look at it from her point of view. She's like, no, fuck that. I'm the adult, and I hate parents who parent like that. Yeah. Like your children are people too. They have feelings, and they have like, they want to understand why you say something. Like, why can I not go to this friend's house? It's just something as simple as that, and don't give them a because I said so. Like that's the fuck. I hate that goddamn. When I hear that, bro, it makes me cringe. Yeah. Like when I'm out in public and I hear because I said so, I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? Right. Yeah. Like, give them an explanation. Why are they not worthy of
an answer? Yeah. Yeah. That's how it should be. Not even just kids, but just people in general. Oh yeah. You gotta want to know why you can't do this. You know.
It goes back to honesty.
Yeah. That's one of the qualities. Yeah. I believe I've said that. Like honesty is one of the qualities that you gotta have in a relationship. Because I feel like if you don't have it plays hand in hand with a lot of like qualities that I think that would be good for like a successful like relationship or marriage. Everything is like hand in hand. So I can't remember if I said them before, but honesty. Trust, because if you don't have honesty, you can't trust them. So it's like it's hand in hand. Communication, I feel like that goes hand in hand because if you don't communicate with the person, then how are you gonna know whatever that they're being truthful or they're being honest with you? So All of that stuff goes hand in hand.
Then even if they are communicating, but they don't have the honesty, then the communication means nothing.
Yeah, it means nothing.
Yeah.
So you have to have those type of stuff, and.
Well, like with my first baby mama, when she gave me the honest answer of, I don't know if I would cheat on you.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get mad. I didn't lose it. Mm-hmm. Like, I respected the answer because it was such a real answer, Mm-hmm. And when I asked that, I didn't expect that. I thought she was going to, like, I already knew the answer. I knew it was either yes or like a maybe. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I'm going to see if she's going to lie and tell me no straight up. Mm-hmm. She didn't. Bro, like, I don't know, man. Like, how do you feel about sex in the relationship? Like, are you somebody that looks at it as like, oh, well, she goes and has sex with somebody, it's just sex? Or do you think that's a much deeper thing?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For the listeners, they might probably disagree with this answer, but for a woman, I think for them to have sex with another person is way, way more deeper than it is with a man. Because they put way more emotion into it, and it always leads to something else, whether they want to like agree to it or not, or be honest with it or not. Like, yeah, it's just because it's a woman,
Well, they did a study, one of the universities did, and they showed that when a woman, like, men can actually sleep with women and have like no like feelings bond. Like it'd just be sex and it'd be fine. I won't say all men because I don't feel that way. I don't think I can. Because like even if I like was to sleep with somebody one time, like I still feel obligated. Not obligated, but like I feel like this want to like reach out and talk to them or something.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
But with women, when they sleep with somebody, their brain releases oxytocin, which forms a bond with this person. Mm-hmm. So even if they go into it thinking, like with my ex, like just somewhere, and I don't even know who it was. Like I'll never find out. She'll never tell me, which is probably for the best. But like I've asked and asked and asked. But like for her to go in and like go sleep with somebody the first night like that she met him. Well, first night they could have been fucking talking and hanging out forever, but the first night that I know for sure that she went and like hung out with this dude to like lay with them in that way, and then to try to act like, oh, it was nothing. It was just this. I know you full of shit. Right. For one, I know you've only been with like 2 dudes your whole life, and I'm one of them. Like, and that's another thing. That's what made it worse. Like, it'd be different if like you was like the type of girl that had a high body count and like sex really like you could prove to me that like sex wasn't nothing to you. You're like, oh, well, I fucked this dude, but like it didn't mean nothing. Like I never thought about him again. Yeah. I don't even know if they can do that. I know I can say I can't do that. So
I can't either. For the person that I am, like if I like have sex with you, it's gonna be some feelings involved. I have to really, really like you. I can't like.
You ever had like a one night stand?
No.
No. One. It was.
Well, I take that back.
Did you?
Taylor.
Well, that's not a one night stand. It's a one night stand.
A one night stand is like you have sex with them and then you don't talk to them no more. No, I've never had that.
I think it was like Taylor.
Well,
Taylor, I hope you heard that shit.
No, well, because
you can't a one night stand if you marry her.
Yeah, my bad. Stupid. But yeah, stupid. You don't know what a one night stand.
So now you mean like y'all smashed on the first night?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's different. Yeah. That's just. What's that Webby song? First night. What's this? Do it every time.
No, it wasn't. But
ain't many like that I've done. Like I can't, for the most part. Like that's a weird thing. Like I've even had women like try, like to do something like on the first or second night, and like it just doesn't feel right for me. Like I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know why.
Yeah. Like to be honest, I kind of got on girls kind of late. I mean.
No,
I did, bro.
Right?
No, like just
you was on boys.
Nah, because when I was younger, like I was into like sports, like basketball, football, and stuff like that. I mean, I like girls, but like I wasn't like I don't really.
How old was you when you lost your virginity? 36.
No, I ain't even 36 right now.
You still a virgin,
I'm 33. 20. Damn. I was in my 20s, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. Like 21 or 22.
Damn, it was late.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even lie, bro. But I had a girlfriend before that. I think like my first girlfriend was, I think I might have been 17 or 18. We didn't have sex, bro.
I do anything?
Yeah, like
dry
humping.
But
like dry humping, like kissing, stuff like that. But I think one time,
I wish I would have waited. Yeah. I went way too early.
Yeah.
Like as a matter of fact, just recently, I admitted to the person that I lost my virginity to that I lost it to her because I lied and I was like, "Oh, I've done it before," only because like she had done it before. So I didn't want to be like, this is my first time, you know. So like I just lied. I was like, oh yeah, I did it one other time with this girl.
Yeah.
You know, played it off.
Yeah.
And just like faked my way through it.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I remember I think it was because the girl that I was with, she was like scared. Like not necessarily like scared to have. Well, yeah, she was scared to have sex because she felt like her dad would like find out because her dad was like real strict, like he was in the military and stuff, and like she was still like staying at home, and you know, so it was kind of like she was like, I don't know, man.
But
like,
she was doing something, worried about it still, like what her dad's gonna think.
Yeah, her dad was.
That's crazy,
bro.
See, okay,
I got caught over the house one time, and like he went off, bro. He was like, "Get your ass out of my house now!"
Black or white dude?
Yeah, black dude.
Black dude.
Yeah, bro. My first girlfriend.
Damn.
Like, bro, and like because we was over there, you know, just like I said, like kissing, you know what I'm saying, all of that. Like
mom wasn't home?
No, nobody was home. Nobody was home.
So dad pulled up.
Yeah, he pulled up, bro, because he wasn't even supposed to be there. Like I think he was supposed to be out of town, and like he pulled up, and like she pushed me off. Like we heard the door open, and she was like, and like pushed me off, and I'm just
Did you have your clothes on?
Yeah, well, my pants was like down, like to my knees. Like true story, pants was down to my knees.
Damn, when the dad walked in.
Yeah, bro. She pushed me off, and he was just like, because he clicked on the light, because the lights and stuff was out, and we was on the couch, and he.
Was it nighttime?
Damn. Yeah, it was nighttime.
Y'all was about to get it in though, huh?
Yeah. You know, so I
don't know. Bricked up and dad walks in.
Man, like no lie. Because when you
what'd you do? Take off running?
It was in a duplex. No, I couldn't. It was kind of like a deer getting caught in the headlights, and they just like they sit right there, and they like
you inexperienced, bro. I'm hitting back doors, windows.
Yeah. It was duplex.
I might even hit the front door if I can fucking rush dad.
Nah, man, he came in. We heard the keys jingling in the door. You know, the light was right there. He came in because he didn't think nobody was there. It's pitch black in the house. So, you know, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up the door. And you're going to turn on the light. We was right there on the couch. He opened up. Because she knew, you know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when we tried, it was always like that kind of thing of like, we're going to get caught. You know, like she was like, we're going to get caught. And we fucking did. Like, he clicked on the lights. Damn. And then I was kind of like.
Just stood there.
Yeah, I couldn't like be like,
say anything
try to run. Like, no. I was just kind of
like, sorry, sir, or anything like.
No, I was just like, and then she kind of was like, oh no, kind of like that because she knew because I wasn't even supposed to be over there. I got snuck over there, you know, and then she was just like, oh no, and then he was just like, what y'all doing? And I was just like, just chilling. You know, just chilling. I was already kind of
like slowly.
So it was kind of making it look like we had already did something, but we didn't. We didn't even get that far.
Yeah.
And I just kind of was like, and then he was like, "Get your ass out of my house right now." And then like, he didn't touch me like because he was standing like right there by the door.
Were you scared to walk by?
Yeah, I was just like,
you think he's gonna steal on you?
I thought he did. I thought he was. You know, because I just kind of grabbed my keys and stuff, and I was just like, "Excuse me." And I just kind of like, and I just kind of walked out or whatever, and then she started crying because as soon as when he was like, "Get your ass out of my house,"
yeah, I bet she
started crying. She like she knew she messed up or whatever, and then I left because I had a car at the time, so I drove over there, so I got in the car and I left.
You didn't see your car in the driveway or nothing?
I didn't park in the because I snuck over there. Because you know, because she called me and she like, hey, my parents are not here, they out of town. Like, you want to come over? So I'm like, yeah.
See, my dumb ass would park right in the driveway thinking nobody's there. Yeah.
I parked 3 houses down. Okay. Like 3 houses down right in front of like they neighbors, but it was 3 houses down because I already knew. I was thinking like, man, like somebody gonna see me if I pull like right in front.
See, my dumb ass would have been, shit, go ahead, park, take dad's spot.
Walk down the street.
I'm daddy tonight, baby.
Shit. But that was...
Damn, bro.
I didn't have sex talk. I was like... It was with her, but it was... I think I was like 21, 22. But like having that in the back of my head because she was just like a couple days later, like she called me and she was like, "You can't come back over here. Like, I can't see you like anymore. Like you can't call." So y'all broke up? Stuff like that. Well, we... So we was just like, we gonna break up, you know, but like we would like in public because that's back when we was like going to like the movies, going to the basketball games, going to the boys and girls.
Y'all was in y'all's 20s and like they was making her break up with fucking dudes. That's bro.
She had strict parents. Like they wasn't.
That's probably why she was like sneaking you over and shit, bro. See, that's the same thing with my daughters. Like. We kind of touched on this like the last episode, but like some dude was talking shit, calling like my 15-year-old daughter a whore. Yeah. And I'm like, for one, this dude's fucking 20 something, and I don't give a fuck what he thinks because he don't fucking know shit about shit. Like, if that was his girlfriend and he was fucking her, he wouldn't call her a whore. You know what I mean? Like, you fucking retard. Anyway, I hate when dudes do that shit. They have these double standards. Like, you want your girlfriend to do something, but if another girl did exactly what your girlfriend was doing, then she's a whore. But your girlfriend's not. And don't you call, like, anyway. Yeah. But he don't even know my daughter. He don't know shit she does. He knows, like, little rumors that, like, yes, it's like my niece is telling on her. But I've never been that parent that was like, y'all ain't dating. Don't you ever be around boys. Yeah. Like, it's not realistic, bro. Yeah. Same thing with, like, even drug usage, like, I'm so open with my kids about drug usage because, like, I know it's not realistic to say don't ever be around drugs. I know it's gonna happen. Even if they do everything they possibly can to avoid it, it's still gonna happen. Whether it's at school or on the bus or something. Only thing I can tell them is like be smart and don't do it. Like, please, especially with like fentanyl being in every fucking thing. You know, just don't fucking do it. So like. I feel like being a strict parent and like telling your daughter or son even like don't date, don't be doing this. You're putting a taboo on something that they're already curious about, and by saying don't do it, you're almost like tempting them to be like, let's see if you can sneak around and do what I'm telling you not to. So I don't know. I've never been that dad like. Oh, you can't have no boyfriend like till you fucking 32. That's dumb, bro. Like, I know y'all are gonna date. Bro, my daughters are all pretty too. Like, I'm not stupid.
He said, like, I'm not stupid.
You know, like, boys are gonna be fucking like hitting on them and shit. Yeah. And I would rather talk to them and teach them about like being safe and choosing good guys versus being like, don't you ever date nobody. Right. Come on, bro. Like, you think they ain't ever gonna date? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Okay, there's nothing you can do.
Like, think about you at that age. Yeah. That's the thing, bro. Like, when I was having sex, and bro, when I just talked to this person too, I was trying to get like the age thing right. Cause I could have swore I was 13 and she was 12. I think maybe that still could be true, but I think maybe she was 13 and I was 14, but still way too young. And like, yeah, bro, I had no business doing anything. I should have fucking I couldn't do shit, bro. I just laid there and acted like, oh, I like it when, like, you on top. Because, like, it feels bad. I just didn't know what I was doing. Yeah. That shit was embarrassing as fuck. Yeah. And then I had to, like, walk her home and shit in the middle of the night. And I got caught coming back. Yeah.
You got caught coming back
from walking her, like, down the road. I didn't even walk her all the way home. I only walked her to, like,
halfway?
Midland. Like from Johnson, and then I had to like run home real quick, and like I had my door locked, so like I came in the back, and I was putting my key in my bedroom door to unlock it, and like my grandma hit that corner, and she was like, "What are you doing up already?" Yeah, like it was like 4 a.m. Yeah, I was like, oh fuck! Like I had school the next day and everything.
Yeah.
Had to make up some shit.
Yeah. I was outside of my friend's house.
Like
at 4 a.m.
See, she didn't know I was outside because I was already in the house at this time. I was using the key to my bedroom door because like I locked it. So like if she came downstairs, it was locked. It looked like I was in there sleeping.
Yeah.
You know. I got caught one time when a girl's dad came over. Matter of fact, my homeboy that just passed away, Tyler Joslin, it was me and him, and like he was hitting on the girl's house that we was at, and I was like with a friend, and like me and the friend was outside on the front porch chilling at this point. Like we'd done been inside like making out, you know, like I'm bricked up and shit. So like we outside chilling, and Tyler and her in the back bedroom, and then her dad pulls up, and I'm like, oh. It's bad enough for that I'm already there. Like you said, ain't nobody supposed to be there. And he was like, who are you? And I was like, I'm Wes. He's like, what are you doing here? And I was like, just saying hi to the girl, you know. Yeah. And he goes in the house and he's like, says the girl's name, you know. Brittany is not her name. But, you know, he's like, Brittany. Yeah. And he fucking walks in the bedroom and catches my homeboy. I don't know what they was doing. But all I know is like my homeboy comes running out, bro, and we just dip. Damn. And I'm like, did you catch y'all doing something? He's like, almost. I'm like, what was y'all doing? He was like, she's about to like give me some top. Like, yeah,
bro.
Damn.
It's the craziest feeling, bro. Just to say it. He come in the house, bro, and you just like.
At 20 though, it's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
man.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah, it's like I wasn't like scared, you know, because
I'd felt like
I wasn't scared.
20, like,
I was more, I was more of like because she started crying.
Like
so when she started crying, I was
like felt bad for her.
Yeah, I was like, damn. And he was like, "What are y'all doing?" And I was like,
well, I was about to fucking get them guts,
you know. And then he was like chilling. And then, like, he kind of, like, looked at her or whatever, and then she started crying, and then he was like, just get your ass out of my house. That's all he said.
You should have been like, make me motherfucker.
Nah. Well, because she was crying, you know, and I was just like, I don't know. It was just the heat of the moment. Nah, medium size. I mean, he was in the military, so you could tell he was kind of like, he wasn't super, super big, but he was cut up.
Could you beat his ass?
Probably.
Ass,
yeah,
probably.
And
then you should have been like, no, you sit down.
Yeah, probably, but I don't know. I was just like...
Your dad's strength is crazy, though. Like, I've had a few dads, like, grab me up, and I'm like, fuck. Like, this shit's wild as fuck, man. How is this dude so strong? Yeah, dad's strength crazy.
We still end up seeing each other anyway. Like, she was like, we can't see each other. We can't talk to each other. Like, I can't come over your house. You can't come over my house. And then, but, like... when we would be out like in public, like hanging out with friends or whatever, like we would end up seeing each other. We'd be like, you know, yeah. And then,
or y'all 20. Yeah. Like that's what I'm not getting.
We end up having sex anyway.
Yeah, see.
So, yeah. And that was just it right there. Just like, she was like, oh, I can't come over there. Like, what you want to do with that? You know what I mean? Because it was just like.
But yeah. Just in a car somewhere?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I hate
that was the only,
bro.
Yeah.
I had my first apartment at 16. Okay, and me and my fucking my ex-wife with my fucking birthday mom, bro. We're so dumb. We're like, let's go try to find somewhere to fucking the car, like, and we just riding around. Trying to, like,
I know.
Like, we ended up going to the pavilion where right by the mall. You know that at the very end where it's open, like past Chuck E. Cheese. We just like sitting out there in the open
parking lot. Yeah,
we just sitting there and like it's just.
You want to do it right here?
Yeah, it was so uncomfortable and like looking around the whole time and like trying to get it in. I was like, why don't we just go home?
Police come.
Yeah, I was like, we got a whole fucking apartment. What are we doing, bro? Like,
has that ever happened to you before?
I never had the police walk up on me. No,
we have. I have.
Oh, bro, we jumped a fence one time to Creekmore Pool and went swimming, and it was me, my baby mama, my cousin Cody. His ex-girlfriend, and Archie. Archie was even there.
What?
Yeah, Archie was there all on his own.
Y'all jumped the fence.
Jumped the fence. And was swimming in the deep end of Creekmore. And then me and my cousin ended up start fucking. Archie's just like floating in between. Like,
what the heck? And was it at nighttime?
Yeah. And like cars was coming in, but like, you know how they have like, I don't know what it is. It's like little strips in the fence to where like you can't see through it. So like we would just like not move. And like just like in the water and we'd watch them. But like the cops came through one time.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, it's cool. Like we ain't even 18. Like, if they catch us, they'll just tell us to go home. Yeah, that shit was fun.
Yeah.
That shit was fun as fuck. But again, just like car sex, pool sex is terrible. It's the worst.
Mm-hmm. Can't even move, man.
It's not even that, but you can't feel anything. It's all wet at that point.
Yeah.
Like, it defeats the whole. It's like shower sex. Mm-hmm. It's terrible. Mm-hmm. Not fun at all. Car.
It's more of like getting caught, like somebody being like, "What y'all doing?" So it's like you're more focused on that. You like looking around, like, "Man, is anybody gonna catch us? Anybody gonna catch us?"
See, I don't want that the whole time, bro. I want to be able to like.
For sure.
Yeah, focus on my thing I'm doing and enjoy myself. Like I don't want to be looking around and thinking about like who's coming.
This episode is X-rated, bro.
No shit.
For all the listeners, they gonna get to this part and be like, "What is y'all talking about?"
You ever like did it to where like you was at a party and like fucking and like your homeboys was all outside the door and shit or something like that?
No, man.
You never fucked at a party? Mm-hmm. That shit's just like it's just as bad as like car or like getting caught.
Yeah.
I was like just waiting for people to bust in and be fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we was at a party one time, me and my fucking ex, and we was my baby mama, and like the girl's house we was at. She's like, "Oh, y'all can use my bed." And we was like, "Oh, for real?" She's like, "Yeah, y'all can go in there." Mm-hmm. And then they got it in, and like the whole time I'm like looking at the door, like,
yeah, saying
something.
What y'all doing here?
Yeah, like, you know how they do like dumb shit. Yeah. I just knew somebody's about to bust in.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been at parties where that's happened to other people. That's how I know. Like, they'll be like, stay in there, fucking. Let's go bust in there, bro. Let's go see. And they'll bust in there. And I'll be like, man, why y'all bust in there, man? But,
you ever got caught having sex?
No.
Never?
No, never.
Oh,
no.
I have either.
No, that's what I'm saying. Well, we was about to.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about like being in the act. I'm trying to think.
No.
My cousin Cody walked in one time and I was like, doing something.
Yeah.
And like we like paused and like we was looking back and he was like holding a conversation with me. Like you said, it was dark.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, bro, can we talk about this later or something? And he was like,
what you do?
Oh, y'all fucking. I'm like, motherfucker, you could have said something. You got me here just talking to you all casual and shit. I was like, I ain't know what to fucking say.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever got like walked in on though.
Yeah.
You ever caught like your parents having sex?
I heard it a bunch of times, man.
I caught my grandma one time, bro.
Shit,
I took off running.
You took off?
I took off running. Like I said, ah! The door. I ran to Tayshawn's house and I was freaking out. I was like, I caught him. It was in there. It was naked.
That's funny, bro.
I was young as shit. Yeah. And like ever since then, though, like that, like I think that like stored in my mind of like. I'm never getting caught. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, I think the same thing in hearing it. Like your parents, man. You kind of be like,
bro. Hearing it like makes you feel good, like because like you feel like you putting the work in. Like I've heard like several times, like when my homies in the next room. Like I don't do that. Like let's go bust in on them when they like because I'm like I know how I feel. It's funny, I guess sometimes, but like I'm like, nah, man, let them get it in. Like especially if he's in there like putting in work, bro. Like don't fuck up the flow. But like you'll be in the next room and all you hear is like, you know, the girl's being over dramatic, and I'm like, my homie put in work, like and like
I heard y'all in there,
give them tap and shit coming out. Like I ain't dabbing you up, you nasty bitch. I don't know what you been doing, but
why is that, bro? So it's like when your homeboys there, you like hell yeah, bro, you putting in the work, and then the girl
touching pussy.
The girl you like.
Yeah, because he touching pussy and titties. She touching dick and balls, bro.
You a hoe.
No, see, I won't call him a hoe. I try really hard, and I fall short, like, calling, like, hoes and whores just for sleeping around. Like, I really try not to do that shit. Like, I'm not saying I don't do it, but I'm saying I try not to do it, because I do feel like if I sleep with 100 women, and a girl sleeps with 100 dudes, and we both slept with 100 people, one is not equal, or any less equal. Like, I'm not a pimp and she's not a hoe just because of her gender. Like, it is what it is. If she's a hoe for doing that, then I'm a hoe too. Like, point blank, period. Yeah. That's just, I don't know. I've always been that way. So it's not, so like if he was to come out and me like congratulate him, I'd look at it more of like, well, I know he's in there touching pussy and titties and a female. But if she comes out, bro, trying to give high fives, I'm like, get them dick hands out of here. Like, you smell like bowels right now. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's like when you ever had a girl do that shit, like, she be trying to fuck with you, like, she be down there and then, like, she try to touch you or something.
Yeah, you got
Stop, man. Stop.
Yeah. She's like, what? You like?
See, why is that? Why do dudes do that? Like if a girl's down there giving you head and trying to kiss you.
You know you sweaty down there. You know you.
Oh, see, I'm not. Never. Never. I'm not. No, I'm not saying I don't sweat, but like if I know I'm about to do something, I'm showering every time, bro. Yeah. Every time. Yeah. Like matter of fact, I told you I got here early. Like I dropped her off and I hit Creekmore. I did a few laps. I was sweating and shit, bro. I went to the dollar store and like bought like them dude wipes. Like I had to fucking wipe myself down, put on deodorant. Like I'm a very like self-conscious person.
That's good.
Like I
want to be out here stinking,
bro. I'm not about to have no girl down there. Like it ain't happening.
Cause she get down there, she go,
no. What the? It makes me wonder, like, because some dudes don't, bro. Some dudes don't give a fuck. Like the girl I was just talking about, that was my best friend. She's talking about how her friend like went to go down on some dude and said he had like shit caked in his ass.
What the? Whoa. Did she tell him? Was she like?
No, she just left. She's like,
what
I gotta
go. What is that?
The way she said, like, it was caked in there, like.
Oh man, I can't breathe right now. But I was not expecting it. He said he had shit caked up in there. I'd have been like,
dude. And what's worse is like her friend's ex, who like she's had tons of kids with. Like, I don't know if he like meant this like as a joke, but she said it was for real. But he was like, I'm not washing in between my ass because that means like a dude's been in between my ass. Like even though it's his self.
What?
Yeah, he wouldn't like wash like in between his ass because he was like, that means a dude is touched there.
You just touched him.
But he was like, but I'm a man, so if I do it, then that's gay. Like, so I'm like, damn, I know this motherfucker ain't cleaning well,
you
bro.
Got a dirty
like,
ass,
you got a dirty ass, dirty balls. Like, yeah, see.
Okay, well, have your girl do it then.
I mean, something.
How your girl be like, man,
I'm saying, bro, I'm way too self. Like, even if, like I was out at a bar or something, like, and some girl wanted to come home with me. Like, I'm jumping in the shower even from there. Because I know even just like that is like too much for me.
Yeah.
Like,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm too in my head though. Yeah, like I be thinking like, yeah, I ain't trying to fucking pull out no musty balls. And I can smell it, and yeah, nah.
Because I mean, that's probably like your preference. Like I'm pretty sure, like for women, you know, you probably gonna be like she look clean.
Bro, I love a fucking woman fresh out the shower. Like. That's my shit.
I know.
That's my shit.
Trust me, bro.
Like,
you smell good, boy. Come on. Like, just the smell. Just the smell, bro. Just the smell.
Clean body tastes way better than, like...
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
And you can tell by, like, the look.
Oh, yeah.
At least I can.
Yeah.
I can tell. Like, I can be like, she look clean. She look like she smell good. You know what I mean? Like, she look like before you even smell her, like, from far away, you be like,
what's that Jeremiah song? If it looks this good, I wonder how it tastes.
I tell you, like she looked like she looked like she just got out the shower. Like that's just
I like some fresh out the shower. Now I don't like it in the shower, but I like it fresh out the shower. Yeah.
Okay. That's probably your preference.
But I also do that too because like if I'm like, okay, if that's what I like, then
I gotta be that way.
Yeah, like I can't be like that dude, like with shit caked all in my booty. Like
he said he had cake in.
That's how they say it. Like, bro. I was like, how could she even see? Like, then they got me all like in my head. I'm like, what are y'all looking at when y'all was down there? You ever think about that?
Nah, but I'm thinking about it now. Yeah. I'm
like, think about when like we doing it doggy style.
Yeah.
You know what you look at every time.
Like so like if you park your back like and then you like and go like you know what I'm about to say.
No, you're doing way too much.
you spread them, you be like
they gotta know, bro. Like I ain't sniffing nothing. Nope.
I do, bro. I'm not gonna even lie, bro.
Nah, I might like spread, yeah, but I ain't.
But you know that person is clean though, because kind of like how you said though, like you're not gonna.
Maybe that's why I don't like do the whole one night stand thing because like I don't know how long you've been out, like, especially if we had a like place where you can dance. Like, bitch, you've been dancing all night. You all sweaty and shit. Like, yeah, makes me like skeptical now. Like, I wonder if that's why. Like, I don't go for like people like that. I'm also just not like a random. I don't know. Hook up with random girls is weird to me.
I've never done that before. Like I've always known the person.
Yeah.
Yeah, always. I've had sex with. I was always in a relationship, so I think I had other than Taylor.
Yeah, I can't.
Taylor's my fourth.
I can't say that. But
so I've had 3 girlfriends, and then Taylor's my wife. So I've always been in a relationship with him.
I'm not even giving my number because goddamn, bro. You saying 4? Fuck, yeah. I'm a whore.
Yeah, my first person I had sex with. I was 21 years old. We was dating. I think we had a relationship for, I think, 3 or 4 years. Then I had 3 or 4 years, and then I had a relationship with 2 other girls, but they didn't last longer than a year. And then Taylor was my fourth.
It's like around mine.
Can I say it? No.
Nah. I mean, I guess it don't really matter, but yeah, around like 15 or 16. Like, and that's just like not going through like the Rolodex. Because like I do like first, second, like, you know. I couldn't tell you who's what, but if I go through it, I can. And no, I definitely wasn't.
Do you know all their names?
Yeah. If I'm fucking you, I know your name.
Did you know them? Or was it kind of like
I've had one night stand, so that's one person I didn't know.
See, so that's not bad. So that right there, that number, it's not really bad if you be like, oh, okay, out of all of those people that I've had sex with, like there's one of them that was a one night stand.
Yeah, and some of like, well, not some, but like I'd say majority of those is like a one time thing. Like I knew them, like we was talking, and then like say like we do it, and then like for whatever reason we just kind of like fall off. Like so like, but then a few of them is like you said, long term relationships to where like you probably hit over like hundreds of times. Yeah. You know, I mean, you know how it is when you're in a relationship. Yeah. Especially when you fucking like got no kids, y'all at home, bro. Y'all just be doing shit to do shit. Yeah. Like,
so speaking on that, at the beginning, it was like all the time. Yeah. Like dang near 3 or 4 times a day, like every day of the week.
Did y'all start like?
We don't do that shit now.
Well, we don't, bro. You get older now, it always slows down. Yeah. I think after marriage, for some reason, it's weird.
I don't know, and then some people, that's weird. That is weird because some people be like, oh, maybe you're like used to it now, like you're not like.
You ever try to switch it up and like do something different?
Yeah, we had. I don't know. It's like I think like other stuff, like because I don't want to blame anything or put it for something, but I don't know. I just like I guess with work, you know, and you just kind of come home and just kind of because it's not like I'm not attracted to that person anymore.
Nah, bro, life is
you just kind of
life like, does like
I ain't got time to do it 3 or 4 times. You know what I mean?
Well, even like
I don't even feel like I love you. I care about you.
Okay,
like, it's just
going to that.
I don't even feel like
thing,
right
that's
now.
That's the thing for men, bro. Men, that's all we know when it comes like to when women say like, "Oh, I want love and affection." To us that equals, "Oh, you want like sex and like to be held" type shit. Like that's not necessarily always what they mean, but that's all we know how to like show because that's what love and affection is to us. Like when I say like, man, I ain't been feeling like you know like you love me and you ain't been showing me nothing. Like it don't necessarily mean sex, but it does mean like intimacy, like lay on me, like, let me hold you, like rub your head, like something.
I've learned that. Yeah, I've learned that, especially with me being married. I've learned that, like you know, even if it's just like a back rub. You know, like Taylor just be like, "Man, can you rub my back?" You know.
Yeah, but if I'm rubbing the back, like, bro, I slowly get to that ass every time.
Oh well, rubbing on the ass, yeah, but like having sex, I'm like, can I have sex? No, can you just rub my back? And like,
raise up, chicken things off.
It's happened like that before, but
lot.
He raps a lot.
Bro, that's my favorite thing to do. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's like one of my top 2 things. Is like to start out with like rubbing the back, go to the thighs.
Do you know what that means? Yeah.
Raise up.
But for the listeners out there, if you got any kids, they do not need to listen to this episode.
Yeah, all y'all fucking little kids listening. I'm gonna put this one out for y'all.
Yeah, we need to put like some type of.
There's a way to do it. When I upload, it says
censored.
like, "Is it for kids?" Yeah. I always say when it's like, "Is it for kids?" I always say no, and then when it says, "Do you want to age restrict?" I say no on that though, because I don't feel like we ever like go into shit that's like besides like cussing. Yeah. Like this one's a little different. Yeah. This is just a little like. I don't know, more adult friendly
X-rated.
conversation. I'm not X-rated. We ain't like talk to like and gave details. Bro, we talking about sex.
We about to.
These kids is fucking they know what the fuck this is. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure they're teaching them like sex ed in 4th and 5th grade now. Yeah,
because there's people out there, kids out there having babies, 16, 17. I mean, well. Going for you, see, you were already, because, right, you said you were already out the house. Yeah. You had your own apartment. You was already living on your own.
Yeah, I still didn't even have a kid till I was 18.
See, so that's different, but.
I had turned 18 in April. My baby mama turned 18 4 days before she had a baby. So, I mean, we were young, but we were also living on our own.
Yeah.
See, so, like.
They are grown already.
I would definitely feel that way.
Yeah, see, so. To me, I think that's from the outside looking in, that's different.
That's what made me want to, like, the whole not finishing school was, man, I don't know if I can live under somebody's rules anymore. And, like, I didn't even have, like, strict rules. Like, my grandma wasn't, like, a strict woman. And, like, my grandpa wasn't either. Like, he worked. I don't know what that is. It's not like the air. I don't know if it's going to pick up on the mic, but if y'all hear something blowing, it's not like they fucking air unit about to shit out on them. But I just felt like, man, I'm too grown to be living with somebody. Yeah. I don't know why I felt that way, but like as soon as I did, I was like, I think I'm gonna drop out. I'm gonna get my GED. I'm gonna start working, and I did, bro. I got it quick as fuck. Like it took 2 weeks to get it, only because we could only take a certain amount of tests a day, and you can only test on 1 day of the week. So 2 weeks we did everything and graduated. And think about it, bro. I was just going into 10th grade, so I still had 10th, 11th, 12th. All that shit.
Out on your own.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I was like, man, I'm not staying here 3 more years.
Yeah.
And plus, I was in Sallisaw fighting all the fucking time. Like, I'm not even going to school to, like, learn.
Yeah.
I'm going to school to, like, see what the drama is. That's it.
I think half of the stuff they teach you in the classroom, you're not gonna use it in day-to-day life anyway. So
they ain't teaching you shit about paying taxes or how to budget your fucking income, and they're teaching you shit that, like, I mean, I guess it's cool to know, but bro, as long as you can like read and learn basic math,
read and write,
like you're pretty much covered.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, if you have your mind set on like a certain profession, to where like math or something crazy is like applied at all times. I don't mean like simple math, like trigonometry type stuff. Yeah. Like maybe pursue more education, like even nursing. Like you have to continue to go to school for that shit. And I get that, cool. But for most people who's just gonna be like a laborer. Yeah, bro.
Read and write. That's it.
Yeah, read and write, basic math.
And they be playing video games and stuff at school. Like, because I work at GameStop, so people come in, they be like, I'm looking for a laptop for my PC. Good laptop, good headset, keyboard, mouse, stuff like that. I'm like, oh yeah, like you building your PC? They're like, oh no, it's for school. I'll be like, they let y'all play games at school now? They're like, yeah.
Some of them,
like, what?
I got a homeboy I used to work with at Pepsi. He does like digital design type stuff, and like he's trying to like create like art and shit online. Like he's pretty fucking good.
I do that, right?
In a way,
I can get a picture and like make
his is like designing like shit to move and like like he's even made like his own little dumb
like motion graphics and stuff.
Like that.
That's dope. I want to learn how to do that.
I don't know how the fuck.
I've seen like people like take pictures. I think you gotta have like a certain file that you gotta upload it in, but like make like the elements like in the picture like move. Like that shit is so dope, man. I want to learn how to do that.
He still has this shit uploaded. His name is Tyler East, by the way.
Yes. But I could do cover art. So anybody that's out there that don't know that I know how to do cover art, affordable prices, $50. Hit me up, man. I do cover art.
$1,500. Y'all heard it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find his shit, man. Cause I know he had it before, but yeah, he's gonna do like digital marketing, digital design type shit. And like I said, the video game that he like made, it was very like, you know, like very crude and like not very good, but
yeah,
like he makes like this is pictures like he made, like he makes that shit. That's not a picture. That's just I don't know.
Oh, he put all that stuff in the picture.
Yeah, like this was nothingness, and he just created
everything. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that. Okay.
Like even that, something simple as that, like the shading and everything. Like he does. Yeah.
Pretty much making something out of nothing.
Yeah.
Like you can create that photo from scratch. That's dope.
It is. I wish I could find this fucking video game one. Oh, here's a better look at it. So like, that's like behind like what he sees, you know, and then like what we see. But yeah, like it creates everything.
Yeah.
That's dope as fuck.
That is dope.
I'd like to learn just to be able to do like Photoshop and stuff. Like what you was talking about, like just creating fucking.
I have this app on my phone called PixArt. There's the free trial, and then you have the most expensive one, which is $25 a month. And like, yeah, you just give me a photo. You could just go outside. Like right now, you can go outside. I can snap a photo, pull it up into PixArt, and then you could just tell me what you want to put in there. I can make it look like you standing in front of a car. I can make it look like you standing like, you know, in the studio, like whatever. Just kind of give me an idea, and I can like create it in the app. And you can download it onto your computer too, but I have it on my phone.
So I just want to get to the point to where like, even with this, like have it where whatever we talk about, I can put in like little clips and pictures and shit. And I can do that with the program I have. It's just so tedious to sit. Especially when we're talking 3 hours. Like that's a long fucking wave file to go through and like put little splices of like pictures or like if somebody brings up something like just like one time, like just to, like show it like show up. Yeah. I can do it. It's just a lot of fucking.
Kind of like you can say like Sean O'Malley, like with the knockout. You can like take a clip or like a picture and like pop it in there.
Yep. Well, I can do a clip too.
Oh, you can?
Like the step back right. Yeah, I can insert that.
Yeah, that'd
be dope. It takes a long time. Yeah. Not only does it take a long time for me to do it, but it takes a long time for it to then process because I'm doing everything from my phone.
Yeah.
If I had like a MacBook Pro, oh man,
that's the goal, man.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
That's what I'm hoping for too.
Yeah.
Reached out to Loyal Co.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Last say so.
Yep.
That's Loyal Co. and Milky. They got a group called Last Say So. From the stuff that I've seen them post, it's Camp Say So. It's a music festival. They got like a bunch of like drinks, food, sponsorship, vendors. They got a bunch of artists and stuff that's coming out there. And from what I've seen, I think the date is from October the 18th to the 21st. I could be wrong, but yeah, I reached out to them. They said that they open to do the podcast. I said the next episode, but we'll see. I'm just waiting for them to hit me back. Right. But, you know, they'll give you a better, you know, rundown on, like, what it actually is. But I've performed out there 3 times back when it first started. It's way bigger than what it is now. Yeah. But, like, when I did it, they was trying to find, like, sponsorships, trying to find places to even throw the show. They had to actually build their own stage for us to perform. They had like their own like PA system, like the speakers and microphones and stuff, but like they actually like built a stage and actually like put it wherever we had it at. But yeah, it is, bro. Like they did everything from scratch, like reaching out to like local artists and like, hey man, we throwing a show. It's gonna be out in the middle of nowhere, like no rules. You can come, like y'all can smoke, drink, do whatever y'all want to, play loud music. Like it's just in the middle of nowhere, like in the freaking woods, bro.
The only thing about that scares me is like we were talking about earlier with the whole fentanyl ban and everything type shit. Like once you take, and let's be honest, like festivals are more like drug related. Like people go out there to have fun and do drugs, and all more power to people. Like I'm told everybody, I'm pro everything. Do whatever the fuck you want, just be safe. But then being out in the middle of nowhere, man, that makes me like kind of like, damn. Do y'all have like medics and like Narcan on standby, or like?
I don't know.
Do y'all have insurance for if somebody does do something at your show? Like that's what I want to talk to them about. If he does, if he comes on.
Yeah, they probably do now because they got sponsors and like stuff like that now. So I'm pretty sure.
We need fucking sponsors. As much as we go to fucking Buffalo Wild Wings, man. B-Dubs, if y'all don't start sponsoring us, we're gonna start going to walk-ons or something.
Yeah, like, we promote they
all
shows
the time.
And stuff.
That's where we go every time to watch these fights.
Bro. That'd be dope, bro.
Just to do a little ad read.
Just to let y'all know, 50/50
podcast is sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, bro.
Use the code 50/50 and you get a free.
Bro, there you go, right there, bro.
I watched too many podcasts, bro. I got this shit.
Bro, there it is, right there. That'd be so dope.
I give him a fucking ad read.
That'd be so dope, bro.
But okay,
we get free wings for life, bro.
Something I don't even care for their food that much, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, but to see someone or to see an event like Camp Say So, like you said, they went from building their own stage to now they are now their own business. They got sponsorships. Like that lets me know, as long as you keep showing up and putting in the work, this shit's gonna happen, bro. Like that's all I keep playing with this. Like just keep showing up doing it. So if we can get Lloyd Cole on, I told you about the artist that reached out to me.
Yeah.
Possibly get him on. He said he works on the weekends. I was like, man, that's
kind of tough.
That's why I told him. I was like, well, we record the day we do because we work through the week.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason we do this. Man, I wish I could get Brian Foster. Damn, that was such a fucking good episode.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So, like I was telling you last night, his nephew, Brandon Foster, came into my job the other day. He bought some stuff, and I was checking him out at the register. I had to create him an account. And I was like, first name, he was like, Brandon. I was like, last name, Foster. And like, I don't know, for whatever reason, like, Brian Foster just popped up in my head. And I was like, Brian Foster? And he was like, yeah, that's my uncle. And like, when he said that, like, I can see it. Like, I was like, for real? And then, and I'm kind of like, all right, yeah. I was like, you kind of look like him. And I'm like, address, city. And he was like, Sallisaw. And then it all started coming together. And I was like, the fighter, Brian Foster. And he was like, yeah, that's my uncle. He was like, he owns the gym, and he started telling me about it. Like, yeah, he owns his gym. Like, he fight, like, the whole family. He got his son into it. And I was like, he fought Justin Gaethje, didn't he? He was like, yeah. And I was like, he won, like, the BMF title, like, on UFC, like, 91, like, just, like, a couple weeks ago or a month ago. And he was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, that's why his leg is all messed up. And I was like,
yeah, what? Like I seen you the fight last night,
like, bro. And he was like, yeah, he ain't been able to fight ever since, but he's still into that stuff. Like, he's still been throwing tournaments.
That's what's scary, man. Like, damn, bro. Like, to look at somebody like, okay, we was talking about how Neil Magny looked last night against Ian Gary. Like, how much time did that just take off this man's career?
Years.
If somebody like Brian has never been able to, like, I bet he has had a fight since then, but he may not been like up to like the level he was before that. But damn, that just lets you know like how bad Justin Gaethje's leg kicks are.
I even think this, like, what if it was like flipped because they was fighting for the title at that time? I guess it was what type of title, like a
whatever the organization.
Yeah, the organization was. So like. Let's flip it. Let's say
Brian wins.
And then
see Brian Foster in the UFC.
Yeah.
Bro,
And like I was looking at Brian's like resume, like he got some pretty good like notable wins.
Think about last night, bro. Let's say Aljo would have went out there and just wrestled fuck Sean all night. Like we could be like this could be a whole different move. Like I could like
you would do I
ain't doing a podcast myself tomorrow. For that though. Like there at the end, bro. Like when I came back to sit down, like Archie scooted over, I stayed on the end. I was kind of like cool because like for one, I can get up like if I need to. Like that's cool. But like I was sitting there and I was like, man, it's okay if he loses. Like Ultraman's the best bantamweight ever. Like it's all good. Like at least he lost to the best. You know, like I'm going through my head and I'm telling myself all this because I don't know, man. He just looked so fucking loose and he looked like he was not worried. And I don't want to say Sean looked worried, but he looked like he knew he was like about to go into like a high level fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the same thing how the Spence was.
Yeah.
Like that it's that look, man. Like,
it makes you but okay, so there you go. That's how I felt. Spence didn't like live up to it. Bro. So like that's why I was like I don't know if you see me, but at one point, like I even had my hand on my shirt. I was like calm. I was like calm in my heart. I was like, okay, chill. My shit was like, like if I would have like took my shirt and did like that, you would have just seen it. Like, my shit would be fast as fuck.
Was Archie going for Aljo? Because he was kind of like
when he came in, he made the comment, just came to watch fucking O'Malley get tapped out, like talking shit. But he's like. He was the one that came to the last O'Malley fight. It was just me and him. The Purity On fight.
Okay.
So
was he kind of like, well, let's see O'Malley.
I mean, like he seemed like he was like going for O'Malley. I think he was just like expecting it to be like Archie don't really have like a favorite fighter. Like he's just gonna be realistic. Yeah. And like he was just being like truthful. Like and that's why it goes back. Now I try to like compare it. Was the Sean better than the Izzy? Yeah. To me, yes, but then like as a collective, I think more people got hyped for the Izzy. Yeah. Like even Archie jumped up on Izzy. Yeah. You know, like I remember Archie saying, "Cause I turned around and you and Archie was like, ah!" Like, so that was cool as fuck. I didn't recognize nobody jumping up yesterday. Yeah. Or last night.
It was some people. Told me. Yeah, it was a couple. The table that was behind us towards the left, and then there was some people like kind of like in front of us.
I didn't know.
But like you actually got up and started kind of walking. Like you was like, "Oh yeah, man."
I thought I was done.
Yeah. And then you was like, "Woo!" And then you sat down and you grabbed your head. And you was like, "Woo!" Like, you was like, "I can't believe it, bro. He just beat you said he's the bantamweight champion of the world." And you was like, he just literally just beat one of the greatest bantamweight champions of all time. And you was like, I can't believe it.
All that shit they fucking talk. Yeah. All that, he ain't beat nobody. All the people he beat ain't even in the UFC no more. Like, that's what one of the people on Twitter said, O'Malley don't have a win over nobody that's currently on the UFC roster. And O'Malley replied, and he said, I have one. He's talking about
the one that actually
and like, bro, that's it. Yeah. Like, y'all can talk all the shit you want. He just went in and did what every other fighter couldn't.
Did you see the part on the interview where they said where they had Sterling winning the first round, and then he was like,
"Who won the second?"
Yeah, he was like, "Well, who won the second? Exactly. What happened in the second round?" Yeah. And everybody was like, "Well, yeah."
Did you ever watch his podcast?
No,
he has two of them. He has one's called like O'Malley Bros. It's him and his brother, and he was in the cage with him last night. Can't think of what the one with him and Tim Welch is called. His coach, but the one with him and his coach is real good too.
O'Malley got a podcast.
Timbo Sugar Show.
Okay,
that's the one with him and his coach, and then the Bro Malley Show is him and his brother. Yeah, I listen to them both, but the Timbo Sugar Show is when they talk about more about
that. Yeah, I see it. Yeah,
the Tim Welch.
The Bro O'Malley Show.
The Bro Malley is him.
Bro Malley Show.
Yeah, that's his brother. Yeah, if you want more like fighting and shit, Timbo Sugar Show podcast.
Timbo Sugar Show. I'm gonna have to check it out.
So I listen to tons of podcasts. I think his is actually. Yeah, his is like the only like fighting one I follow besides the fighter and the kid, which is Brandon Schaub and Brian Callen. which Brendan Schaub ain't even a fighter no more, but they talk a lot about the fights. They do a lot of the. Matter of fact, the reaction video that you sent me of people reacting to the Israel fight.
Yeah.
That's the fighter and the kid. They're in one of them. It's actually Cheeto. You probably didn't even notice, but it's Cheeto. He was freaking out.
Yeah. I like watching those reaction videos.
I do too. I was trying to look them up last night and find them. Yeah. I only found a few.
Yeah. Oh, they coming, man. Like, man. I can only imagine, bro. That's such a good feeling to, like, come out on top and win a belt after you've been working, like, your whole career to get to that point.
Well, like, even like you said, bro, the way I was feeling last night, and I felt that way with Izzy too when Izzy won. Like, I felt like I had to accomplish something, just being a fan of the person, like just going for. Like, and not. It's weird that people look at that though, and they judge people for like feeling that way about fights, but then like let a football game be on, and you see people like breaking their TVs and like smashing shit, and like nobody fucking like they're like, well yeah, his football team was losing. But yeah, you act that way over a fighter, and they're like, why do you care? Like, you're not the fighter. Well, bitch, you ain't playing on the fucking, the New York Giants either. But you still get mad because they fucking lose. Like,
I don't think I ever got mad to a point where like I punched like the wall or like broke something. But like I was disappointed. Like, damn, man. Like, kind of like, so just like I said, we already talked about it. But the Spence fight, like. Yeah. I wanted him to win, but like when he lost, I was kind of like,
nah, you was like stoic as fuck.
Yeah, bro.
But look at the first Izzy fight. I remember hitting the table hard enough to fucking knock a drink over. And I was mad, bro. And not only was I mad because he just lost, but I was mad because the fucking dumb fuck behind us or side us or whatever was like, well, the dude could still knock him out. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then like right after that,
because then probably like the casuals, like kind of like the ones that like don't know.
It made me mad. I fucking hit the table, drink falls. I'm like, I don't even give a fuck. Like, we're leaving. Like,
we leaving.
Yeah.
But I always be in my head thinking like, how did he lose? Like, because if like, kind of like last night, like if I'm an Aljo fan and like he made that mistake where like. That wild punch, he was too far, and O'Malley just caught him. So, like, that you can kind of be like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, he got
good. Yeah, he's so good with his striking and timing. It's crazy how, like even, bro, you take someone like me and you and put us in that same situation and let Aljo overextend, we still are not going to have the speed or like even the thought process to capitalize on a mistake like that.
Train for that, bro.
Yeah, and that's what Sean and his coach kept saying. They was like, all it takes is one. Like, he makes one mistake, and I'm going to catch him. And he's like, and I have knockout power in this hand.
Gotta train for that. So, just listen to that. When you're training, that's probably what they train for. Like, ducking. With the mat. You swinging, you ducking, stuff like that. Like, that's what they train for. They train
Sean
for
said
like,
he did it in the cage as he's waiting for Aljo to walk out.
Yeah.
He said, if y'all go back and watch, you'll see me do a step back right hand. And I thought that's how it was going to play out. I was like, I think he's going to be like Conor. I think he's going to do a step back, catch Aljo.
That's pretty
bro. It's so weird, like, the way it looked. And all the live reactions are, like, starting to post now. Like, so yeah, I'm going to go home, bro. This is what I'm watching. I'm going to be watching a whole lot of reactions. That's, I don't know. That's wild. I can't believe it.
I want to see what, like, live, like, actually be there to see it, man. Like, before I tap out, like, in life, like, there's a couple of things that I want to do, and that's on my bucket list is to actually go and be there, man. Like, I just be like, man, I just gotta go one time.
I want to go for the crowd experience, but like they say, for like actually seeing the fight, it's not good.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, think about it, bro. You have a cage that is surrounding them, and then you're sitting on the floor, so like you're looking up and you're having to look through a cage. let's say you get like behind one of the fucking
pillars. Oh yeah, and then you can't see right.
Can't see shit, and then you're basically there live, and you're watching it on the big screen.
Yeah,
which
that's
I just want to be there for the energy though. Like when Sean dropped him, the way the fucking people got hyped. Yeah.
Like
Same
the whole
thing
freaking
Izzy,
the crowd, bro. Cause you see how crazy it got in Buffalo Wild Wings that day.
Yeah.
Just imagine like the crowd and the energy, like if you're actually there, bro.
I'm saying like I really didn't notice anybody else. Like I heard people like going, oh and whatnot, but like I didn't notice anybody getting up with me. I'm like I didn't give a fuck. I was like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all don't even understand like what I just witnessed. Like it shows them in the crowd. Like so, like that's his baby mama. That's Danny, and then Gilbert Burns, Chandler, Corey Sanhagen. Like and yeah, dude. For Corey to be looking like that, and Corey lost to Aljamain. Like and Corey, in my opinion, is probably like one of the best, like well-rounded fighters in all of UFC. Like ground, strikes, kicks. Yeah. Corey's a bad motherfucker. Yeah. But he couldn't beat Aljo. Man, second round. I just wish he would have slept, I ain't gonna lie. I wish it would have been like that Connor. Like when he stepped back right hand. Yeah. I wish instead like the eyebrow. Yeah. I wish it had been chin and like Aljo just slid. Yeah. And then Sean walks off. Oh, that'd have been like shit. How he does. Yeah. And then in the picture of Sean walking off, fucking Aljamain asleep in the background. That's why I was trying to get my wallpaper. I got him with fucking Aljo in the back. Yeah. Bad motherfucker.
Is there any other topics you want to touch on?
That's it. Hopefully we can get a little call in here. Like I said, we may have a few other guests come on. Man, if there's any female out there, if there is a female artist in any shape, form, fashion, music, picture, like anything, like, and y'all want to come on, please let us know. We would love to have more females come on and share your perspectives. Yes. Like, I'm trying to get somebody to do it if she would stop being a little bitch. She knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. Don't be a little bitch. Get on here and talk. You got so much criticism. You say, like, how we talk is weird. Well, come show us how to do it. Please teach me. Teach me.
Yeah. I would love to have a woman's perspective on like the topics that we talk about. Sure.
We'll definitely have Kulo Cash later on. You know, when her project gets ready. So I know we'll have her, but man, like maybe even bring Plain Jane back. You know, let her do it too.
Yep, I ran into her too this past weekend. She's wanting to come back. She asked if like we can do like the episode where like her, Thick Goon, and John Poppy, being all together.
Did you tell her Thick shut it down?
Yeah, I did. I was like, I don't know if they want to do it like that, man.
John might
like,
do it, but Thick was like, nah, I ain't going for it. He was like, man, I respect 50-50 too much to come up there and do all that. But like I was trying to explain to him, I was like, but I don't think she's trying to come on as like all three of y'all being artists. Yeah. I was like, I think she wants to come in and like all three of us like hang out and just like shoot the shit. Yeah. And that wouldn't be bad.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun as fuck. Yeah. Especially you have Don Poppy and Plain Jane, like just those two personalities. Get them in a room together.
I heard they talk all the time. That she was telling me, because she didn't know that Don Poppy ran it back the second time.
Oh, she didn't?
No, she didn't. Because like when I ran into her, I was like, she was like, yeah, this is where I'm at. And she was like, man, how the podcast doing? Because she at the mall now. That's where she works. Okay. And then I don't know if y'all even wanted me to. She even wanted me to tell y'all that. But yeah, she's at the mall, and then she was like, yeah, this is where I'm at, man. And she was like, how the podcast going? And I was like, we just had Don Poppy back on again last episode. And she was like, really? She was like, I just talked to him. He didn't even tell me. And I was like, yeah, this is the second time. Yeah, and then she was like, oh, okay. And she was like, yeah, well, I want to do one with all of us, with like me, Don Poppy, Goon. And I was like, I don't know. But I was like, if we can make it happen, we can make it happen.
Sick ain't going for it. He said, no, it's too much. Yeah. I do want to touch on a few things just real quick before we wrap it out. Because the last episode when we was talking, I made the comment about, man, there ain't no kids out there that had gender reassignment surgery.
Okay.
I was wrong. There has actually been almost 800 between 13 to 17-year-olds in 2021. And that's not including surgeries paid for out of pocket.
800?
Yeah. Children. So it is happening. So that was just like a bold comment from me because I couldn't picture it, but it is. And also when Play Bizzle was asking about, well, do you know the exact number of how many kids are in foster care? It is almost 500,000. Almost 500,000 children are in foster care. So when people say, "Oh, don't have an abortion, just give them up for adoption," we have damn near 500,000 children waiting to be adopted.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, we don't need to keep adding to that number, bro. There's no need to. And like the whole argument of, well, you know that you made the mistake, you got to live with it. Well, the child didn't make the mistake. Why make the child live with it? You know what I mean?
That's 500,000 mistakes.
It's a lot of mistakes, and that's not even counting the ones that may have done other things to make sure it didn't last.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, bro, and that's my biggest. This is the whole reason why I go back and I tell people I'm pro-choice. I'm not pro-choice because I want to see people having abortions. I'm pro-choice because I want women to have access to safe medical treatments with their body. Because if you outlaw abortion completely, you're not stopping abortion, you're only going to stop safe abortions. So therefore, they can't go to a doctor's office and have an abortion where like they're taken care of, they're getting pain medicine, everything's clean and sterile. They're now going to like the back alleys, back to where people are shoving coat hangers up inside of them. Right. And just fucking trying to scramble the fucking, you know what I mean? Like, we don't need that. So, like, give women freedom of choice. I promise you, well, I don't want to say no, that's a bold statement, but I promise you most women are not out there getting pregnant just to have abortions. You know what I mean? Like, that's not something easy.
Yeah.
Like, a woman don't want to do that.
Right.
You know, that's the life growing inside them. And a man, we can't even comprehend that because it don't happen to us.
Right.
We do not carry and form a fucking human in our body.
Yeah.
So, just touching on that because me and Playbizzle was talking, and that's something else he was touching on. He's like, I like that we can disagree and like we ain't gotta be beefing. Like, and I told him, I was like, no, we totally disagree, and that's what this whole podcast is about. Like, I want to hear different perspectives. That's why I'm like, yes, if you're a woman and you have anything like unique or special, or if you're just a woman who is very strongly opinionated in something and you feel strong for something, reach out.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on and talk about it.
Or even if we bring up that topic in our episodes, we always got our comments on too. So you can go down there, we appreciate that too. Go down there and comment, your opinion on there, man.
I don't care if it's negative, positive. I mean, the positive is great, don't get me wrong, but like if you get all positive, that lets me know like only your friends are listening. I want people to listen that has shit to say that disagrees with what we say. That lets me know real people are listening.
For sure.
Like I said, I may have somebody I can talk into coming on. No guarantees.
Bring them on.
Man, she would come
Don't be scared. Come on.
If I could get her, it'd be funny as fuck. She's funny. She's intelligent. She's opinionated. She's just very self-conscious. I don't like the way my voice sounds. Like, just talk. Damn it. Like,
you'll get over that, though. Yeah. It's always like that. When it's like your first couple of times, like hearing your voice recorded back or coming out the speakers, like it's always gonna sound weird, but you can go over that.
And not only that, you ain't gotta listen to it. Like, just record it just to get it out there for other people to listen to. Like, if it's that bad, just come on for the content.
For sure.
Yeah. Other than that, man, I really ain't got a whole lot. It's gonna be a little shorter episode. We ain't got guests in. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm tired as fuck. Like, I've had a long ass weekend.
Alright.
Multiple lawns, fights. Yeah, I'm about to go home, chill, watch these reactions. Yeah. I ain't gonna do shit for the rest of the day.
Just to let you know, so if we do have, because I'm going on vacation the week after next.
Okay.
I'll be gone from I'm trying to get it to where maybe the last week of August, but if not, it's definitely going to be in September. So we're gonna be going from September the 1st all the way until September the 10th. I'll be gone. Yeah. So, but I might try to do it like maybe like the 27th or 28th of August if I can at my job. But yeah, job is paying for it. I get PTO, PTO, so I'm gonna take the time off. We'll be in Orlando at that time. Yeah, so we're taking a trip. So those weekends, I'll be gone. But if you wanna,
no, we just gonna take those weekends off. Okay, I'm definitely.
You gonna need it? Take some weekends off.
Since my work schedule changed up and I'm Monday through Friday now, bro, my weekend goes quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Saturday be eating up fucking my yard work, and then like fights if we got them. Yeah, so
I'll be gone. But for that week, the week that I'm off, I ain't gonna be doing nothing until we leave to go to Orlando. Yeah. Or whatever. I'll probably just be at home chilling. But because I'm gonna have 3 or 4 days off before we actually even leave to go to Orlando.
Prepare for your shit. Yeah, I'm gonna just get your fucking packing and everything.
Okay. Use that time to do some music. You send me some beats and stuff.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
like
might do
you got me in this fucking mode where I'm like, my algorithm is like it's popping up more and more daily. Beats.
I want to definitely get back into it with the music. Just like I was texting you, like that DJ, like he hit me up, like it was out of nowhere. Like he just hit me up and he was like, "Hey man, you still doing music?" And I was like, "Man, I haven't recorded since like the last time I like sent you music, like almost 2.5 years ago." And then he was like, "Man, you need to get back into it, bro." And then he has a mixtape series called Certified Street Bangers, where he just like put like the hottest music out for the week on like one tape, but he does it like every and he does it every single week. And then he was like, "Man, like just send me some stuff." And I was like, "It's old stuff." I was like, "It's stuff that I had already like released." And then I had one song, The Antidote. Like me and Segun never released that, so I was like, "Well, I'll just throw that on there." And like I sent him 4 tracks, and like he threw it on there, and like the tape was actually like doing pretty good. And like he was sending me like the stats and stuff. He was like, "Man, you got like 15,000 like in like 3 days. Like we got like the hottest trending tape." And he was like, "Man, you should just drop music." So that kind of put like a buzz like in my head, like in my ear, and I was just like, "Dang, bro!" And I was like, "Maybe I need to get back into it, man."
You got a concept for the album, or you still just kind of like in rough draft mode?
I'm kind of in rough draft mode. Kind of been like listening to beats. I kind of want to do like a whole like different like lane than what, because like not necessarily like the flossing like type like music that I've been doing. I want to like do like some real life type like conscious type music. I want to go like a whole different way. I really want to like challenge myself with this one. I can kind of mix it up and still do like my own style, but I want to jump out of that lane and like see if I can do something else. So that's why I'm kind of like being patient.
You got a name picked, or still ain't even?
I don't know yet.
Damn.
I don't know.
See, that's when you know, like, it's serious, bro. When you got, like I told you how I do it back when I used to make music, and even like now, today, I'm still doing it. I'm going through, and I'm like, I'll like think of like a song, like not even a title, but like a concept, and I'll be like, okay, so that's more of this type of beat, and I'll go and find the beat to fix it or to fit it, and then I'll have my beats, from anywhere from 11 to 15, and I'm like, that's my project, and then I write to it from there, and then I'll get my name. Once you have that, I feel like that's when you're really like, okay, it's serious. Like I know what beats I'm writing to. I can hear how my project sounds like musically. I just got to put the words to it and tell the story.
Yeah, I do that. I do that the exact same way. Yeah, listen to the beats first. Yeah, get the beats first. After I get the beats, I get the concept. Try to see what I want to talk about, and then once I get to like into like that 4th or 5th track, that's already recorded, I'm like, oh, okay, now I know how I want the project to go.
Yeah.
Do I want to keep going like the same way with these 4 or 5 songs I already got, or do I need to like switch something and like take something out? But yeah, that's how I do it the exact same way. We could do it together, bro.
I thought about it, man. I know you said something about that. I've been thinking about it.
Because I know with you, you're like the rap that you make, like how you say you want to, like I feel like with you, like you'll challenge me. Yeah. You'll challenge me because you've always said like, bro, like you got good music, but why don't you talk about like this? Mm-hmm. You know, so in my head, I'm like, let me switch it up a little bit. And I know like with me doing music with you already thinking like how you think, like I feel like you'll challenge me. So like if I get on a track with you and you're talking about this, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I see how you come in. So like, cause that's how Sick Goon did. Like he's so
even
lyrical.
The one I sent you and he was like, yeah, if I know you don't like me, no, I can do that shit. Yeah, I like it. I just don't do it a lot. Like the like braggadocious, like flossing type of stuff. Like, but when I get in that zone, I mean, I'll shit on anybody and I'll talk the most shit.
Yeah, like you did say you was like I'll talk about rappers.
Yeah,
I'll shit on rappers.
Shit on rappers, bro.
Yeah.
And like it's getting
like how we did on Beast Beast Mode. You say what'd you say? How the fuck did weak rappers? Somebody said.
Frustrated with this generation. How the fuck y'all let these whack rappers make it?
Yeah.
Flow is trash, but below the basic. Everything they're saying all fabricated.
Yeah. See, you went off on that.
That was I don't even like Beast Mode no more.
Yeah.
I can't listen to it. Like I listen to it from like time to time. Like if somebody's like, "You got music?" Like because they know I used to do it. Yeah. I'll play it, but for the most part, I'm kind of over it. But I get that way with all my projects because I feel like I'm better than that.
Oh yeah,
I'm better than that. Like
I feel that. Ain't nothing wrong.
And beats are so good these days too, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like,
so how I want to do it is because I want to put it out like the right way. So I want to actually like find the beats, reach out to the producers, and actually like buy them, like lease them. You know, and put them, get the rights to them.
So you can profit off of it.
That's what I want to do. Like get like a photo shoot or something like that.
That's kind of why, like, some of the beats I'm sending you, I'm like, man, if you like them, like, we may need to like
hurry up and release them.
Because like that first one I sent you, like I don't even want to say too much because I don't want like nobody to fucking hear it and go jump on it.
Right.
But that first one, all I can say is something cold. You know what I'm talking about? Like.
I still got them in my phone.
Keep going back to that motherfucker. I don't know why, but man, that beat is so hard. Have you played it in the car?
Yes, it freaking beats, bro. It beats. I played all of them in the car.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Like that, or if you have like some good headphones, like headphones will work too.
That's what I do when I'm writing. Yeah, when I'm writing, like I'll put my headphones on because you can hear all like the instruments and stuff in the beat,
all
like if
the
beat drops
where it drops. Yep.
See, I'm serious, bro.
The only thing I hate about that, bro, is now you get me into like the writing process. I hate listening to a beat for hours, and I will as I write.
Yeah.
Because not because it takes that long to write. I can like write something quick, but I will like treat it like a puzzle. And I'd be like, okay, put this one up here, put this one here, here, here. And it'll be the same 4 bars, but I'll just switch them around because I'm like, oh, it sounds better like this.
Because of the beat, like the instruments and stuff, like the way
the beat drops here, so I want this line to be that line that it drops on. I mean, it's a dope line to start with, but I'm going to end with it. And like,
the same exact way, bro.
Just playing that fucking beat over and over and over on repeat. So I don't miss that, but it'll be alright.
Yeah.
I really hope this shit ain't fucking picking up. If y'all can hear it, I'm sorry. It sounds like a fucking jet taking off.
Yeah.
Quick little 2.5.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then, like Illa said, man, here soon, there will be a time where we take a break. I think we both needed to. Just like.
We've been consistent.
Oh, we've been consistent as fuck.
Yeah.
Especially like consistent with guests. Like that's what's been surprising me. Like I really didn't think, even once we started having guests, I didn't think it was gonna be like back to back to back to back. But we ain't done one with just me and you since
probably episode 4.
Oh, 4, yeah.
The one
we didn't even get to put it out. Yeah.
I think after that episode, we had a guest. After
Every time.
I think what was the first one was Sick Goon. I think that
was he 5? I thought he was like 7 or something.
Probably was, but I think he was the first actual guest that we had on the show. And then after that, it went.
Marcus was the first one here in the library.
Yes, okay. Yeah, I think it was.
Kendrick Green was at your place.
Dang, I forget. My bad. I forgot about that.
Archie was on the first episode.
Yeah, okay.
Kendrick was on the 3rd.
I think Archie was number 2, like the 2nd episode. I think it was Archie. Then I think we might have did.
Because we recorded one, remember? That was just me and you, and then we released it as the unreleased episode. That was supposed to be number one, but we didn't put it out. And then we brought Archie in for the actual number one, and we recorded his shooting video at the same time.
Yeah, he was the first one.
I don't know, we got 41 now. We back.
Yeah, but we've been consistent, bro.
Because I'll be forgetting. Episode 1, it doesn't say it yet, but episode 1's will be featuring Archie. And then we released the unreleased episode, which was me and you, which was originally episode 1. Episode 2, I think episode 2 is our best. Yeah. That's when we came with the GOAT topics and all that. That ever since episode 2, we've had a guest. 3 was Kendrick, 4 was Chloe, 5 Marcus, 6 was Archie and Taylor because the whole religious people dropped out. 7 was Goon, 8 Plain Jane, 9 we had Dana, 10 was you and Chris and Marcus, 11 Don Poppy, 12 Chris and Marcus back again, and then 13 Don Poppy and Playbill. So from, what was that, from 2 all the way to episode 13, we've had a guest. I don't know how we pulled that shit off.
We appreciate y'all.
Yes.
Y'all not doing nothing but making the episode grow, man, and we really appreciate y'all. I just checked it a while ago. We had 41 subscribers, I believe. So I appreciate all 41 subscribers. I appreciate everybody that's taking the time out to even listen. You know, we getting up there. We appreciate y'all. It's only gonna get better, man. That's the plan, is to get better.
In game, hopefully get a place to where we can just go and record on our own free will. We've talked about buildings and whatnot. I think right now that would be too much of a liability because, like you said, we're only at 41. And that's okay. Like, 41, bro, I'm not tripping on that number at all. Like, for us to just get started from the dirt, start putting shit up, like, that's how we did, bro. We just popped up one day and was like, hey, we're going to create a podcast. And now
I remember you came with the idea at first. And, you know, and I was kind of like, because I listened to podcasts, but I wasn't, like, you know, into them like how you was, you know, and then, you know, kind of slowed down on the music. Then I was kind of like, man, I want to be able to do something that has to do with, like, entertainment or, like, putting something out there for the people to listen to. And then the idea popped back in my head, and I was like, hey, don't you want to do a podcast? I remember you saying a podcast, and you was like, hell yeah, bro, I've been trying to get a podcast. And I was like, hey, bro, let's do it. And I was like, you know, I seen a microphone at my job, and I was like, what we need? He was like, man, we need a good quality mic, and we need a laptop.
And that's really it to start.
I already had a laptop, so I was like, hey.
I really wish we could have got the system to where it did multiple mics. We tried that at first. And, man, I think it would have been a lot better if, like, you could have had your own, and, like, especially with guests. Like, we could have had one-on-one, and people could talk. Something else I want to touch on real quick, just for anybody listening. If y'all notice, like, and we will, like Ella said, we will get better, I promise you. Every episode that we have noticed a flaw on, like the first Don Poppy, on the table, caught it, deaded it the next one. But then the next episode I noticed a lot of over-talking. So we are, like, self-aware of everything. Like, so, and if y'all catch anything like that y'all know that is happening, speak up, because I promise you, we are self-aware and we are trying to correct as well.
To make it better.
It is just hard when you have 4 people in a room. Because then you can catch yourself, like, me and you having a conversation, and then them two having a conversation, and, like, totally forgetting about the microphone. Because that's how this is. It's just people talking. There just happens to be a microphone between us. So, just so y'all know, yes, we catch little shit like that. I was so sad about the Don Poppy episode, the first one, because I felt it was such a good one.
And then you heard, like, a little knocking and stuff.
But, like I said, brought him back, corrected it, continued to grow. And that's what it's going to be. We're just going to keep growing from here.
All right, well, appreciate y'all. We out.
Episode 14.
Yes, sir.
All right, out.